Hello? Yeah, I'm a few minutes early. Currently, it is Buffalo 7, Las Vegas 3. I've opted for this game. I do reserve the right to change games, though, if I decide to, if the game gets out of hand. Vegas is 2-1, Buffalo's 3-0. Automatic first down for roughing the passer. And yes, hello everybody. I'm wearing a jacket because it's cold in here. And it'll throw everybody off. Be like, why isn't he wearing a hockey jersey? It's not the hockey guy right now, is it? Yeah, I saw that the Stars re-signed Sekera. I didn't feel like I had to do a video specifically on that, so after the live stream, I'll see if anything else happens. Just want to hear me say go Bolts? Well, why would I say go Bolts? Hello, Shadow. I don't live in Denver. I actually live in BC. The Denver hat that I was using for the thumbnail for this live stream was sent to me by a subscriber to the main channel as a way of trying to get me to start pulling for the Broncos. Sent me a jersey as well of the Broncos. So, I lean more towards Chargers because that's been my team for a long time, but they don't generally win the Super Bowl. It's not really the way that works. Canucks winning it all next season. I do appreciate the optimism. I'm watching Buffalo in Vegas. It's tough though because I've never liked the Raiders. So as much as I do like the city of Las Vegas, I have never liked the Raiders. So it's an acquired taste if I can acquire it. The logo and the colors though definitely work for the city of Las Vegas. I did go live early. Hello, Lars. I think OEL wanting to come to Vancouver, I think it's because he realizes Vancouver has a lot of potential and they're a blue liner or two away from being a contender. His desire to go to Boston would be because Boston statistically has a pretty good chance of winning the next Stanley Cup, even though I think they've peaked and their time's probably done. I have not read Behind the Bench. Yeah, the Browns being 3-1 is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Will the CFL come back next year? That's questionable. I don't know if they're going to come back next year or not. I mean, losing a whole year of football is going to be tough for the CFL as it is because in terms of their financial health, they've been on life support for decades. So it can't be easy to lose a whole season. Bills, nice run there to get the first down. If they make this 14-3, this could get really ugly. The Cowboys do tend to be a bit of a joke. But as people know, I'm not exactly a Cowboys fan. How do you feel about the Chargers? Oh, the Chargers suck. But the good news is that the new kid quarterback looks pretty good. So both Cincinnati and LA, the LA Chargers, the two teams I cheer for primarily, they both have good young quarterbacks. The Bengals are trying to get theirs killed, though, with all the sacks. It's a really interesting strategy to the whole idea that you're trying to get your quarterback killed. And yes, Tommy Jarvis is definitely a moron. (2010) NFC West. Is that the year that? I think was that the year that the Seahawks won at 7-9. There's always a bad division in football, one that's below 500 or at 500 at the top at best. What you doing? Nothing. I thought you were coming in. I agree. I hope Besser stays in Vancouver too. I don't know. Aren't the Lions? I mean, the Chargers are 1-3. I'm pretty sure the Lions have at least one win so far this year. Wow, 0 interceptions in the red zone for Allen this year for the Bills. Down to 52 seconds left in the first quarter. And they go to commercial. I haven't played the Friday the 13th game. I've heard a lot about it. I'd probably get a kick out of playing it. I would get a bigger kick out of watching my wife play it. I think a game where at any point in time Jason Voorhees could come out and do Jason Voorhees things. I think watching Yvonne play that on a live stream would be hilarious.
And watching me play what?
The Friday the 13th game where Jason Voorhees might kill you.
That doesn't sound like something I would like.
No, but I think it would be funny. I think the rest of the internet would appreciate your reactions to that.
That's nice. Yeah.
You startle very easily, so that would go really, really well. The actor who plays Brent on Corner Gas says he watches my videos. Brent, what?
Oh, that's fun.
I didn't see that. Mm-mm. I've been a huge fan of Brent's for a long time, though. We do have the same sense of humor.
Yep.
I've watched his comedy a lot. We have a very similar sense of humor.
He is funny.
He is very funny. That is strange. But then again, my videos are very Canadian, so why not watch my videos?
You are super Canadian.
Brent said that on Twitter? No, we didn't. All right. Get dragged over to Twitter again. What are you sending me a photo of now?
What?
I don't know. You sent me a photo?
Did I?
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was from forever ago. Whatever. Huh. Whatever.
Wow, that's pretty saucy of you there, lady.
Whatever.
That's did you take this picture?
You dork.
Uh-huh. All right.
Yeah, well. I sent that to you a while ago.
Geeky jerseys. Yeah, Geeky jerseys is great. They've got the new Cenobites jersey, which again, I'd love to get, but if I get it in December, what am I going to do with it?
Right.
That's a Halloween jersey.
Right.
I'm not going to get one now for $110 American that I'm not going to be able to wear until
that'd be expensive.
Next, right?
How much is shipping?
Shipping's free.
Okay. So it's only like $150.
Something like that.
No, it's probably closer to $140. And then you have to pay duties, so
duties.
That'd be but $35 on top of that. Okay, am I coming over here?
Yep.
Am I allowed in here or no?
Of course you're allowed in there. It's a football hole now.
You started early and you didn't say anything.
Well, because I knew you were busy too, so.
I was just getting water for the rabbit and then
right.
The kids,
how's the bunny doing?
She's good. The kids broke the nozzle to the hose, so I couldn't get her water and then I couldn't get the darn thing off. So I had to disconnect the hose from the spigot, but the hose was full of water because I didn't know it wouldn't turn on. So then it sprayed me when trying to get the hose off so I could give the bunny water. So then my feet were freezing. What's Yvonne's shirt today? What, you don't know what my shirt... Okay. Can I back up?
Yep.
Look! You should know what my shirt is. If not, I'm too old. Old people will know what I am.
Are you saying I'm going to know what you are?
You already know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know
see? Not Mr. Dress Up. I mean, he's awesome, but... No. Oh, you can see Adelaide's room.
Yep.
There's Adelaide's bedroom.
Yep. That's how close she is to the set when I'm doing videos.
Yeah. So if ever you hear a little
That's why I don't do videos really early in the morning or
Adelaide's,
really late at night.
That's Adelaide's bedroom right there.
Yep.
And her bed's right there.
No, Brent didn't. Yeah. Brent didn't respond
there,
to anything
see?
I put on here.
Friendly giant.
What's wrong with the friendly giant?
No, I like the friendly giant.
Why are you
look like
groaning?
This. Okay. I haven't seen a Friendly Giant forever.
What did you grow 'em for?
I bet the kids like that. Actually, no. They don't like a lot of the old kids shows because they're boring. Like, we thought they were cool, but now looking back at them compared to what kid shows are now, they're really boring. The kids think, like, Mr. Rogers is really boring. Oh, The Iron Giant. I love that movie. I haven't watched that.
Iron Giant's a great movie.
And I can actually remember the last time I watched it. I watched it at one of the outdoor movies.
Oh, he did.
That's weird. There you go.
Oh, all right.
Mr. Rogers is awesome. I really, really like Mr. Rogers.
Oh, and he follows me.
Oh, weird.
All right, I guess I should follow him back. Sorry, Brent.
Hey.
All right, Brent Butt. I mean, we even passed the bearing like a.
I know.
There's a resemblance.
I almost said, and you
There's
guys
definitely
look
a
similar,
resemblance.
but I wasn't going to.
I can throw on the glasses.
It was the thought that I had.
And throw on the glasses, and then Brent and I. That is really weird. I hadn't seen that. Thanks for alerting me to that.
Work on homework or watch a TEG stream. Definitely watch the TEG stream.
All right, so. All right, well.
Oh, you're too young for Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers is amazing.
See, this would be the ultimate if he followed me. If Rick Mercer followed me, that would be like, that's retirement level. That's okay. We're good.
No, Mr. Rogers is great. When I went to university, so I have an education degree, we had to learn about all sorts of things. And I took a whole class on children's television. And there was a large section on Mr. Rogers and how awesome he is. And how what he started was very different compared to what children's television was at that time.
So who do you like in this, the Bills or the Raiders?
I know nothing about either. Do you think the Leafs go after Petro?
If they can find money. I mean, the Leafs, it's going to be a matter of money. Everybody's going to be after Alex Pietrangelo. It's a matter of finding the money to sign him. That's the tricky part.
Children's literature. Yep. I took a class on children's literature as well. And I ended up buying all sorts of kid books during that class, and I still have them.
Touchdown Bills.
Got to watching your Halloween movie video, so I watched Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and almost finished Evil Dead.
The original Evil Dead is fantastic, but I don't think she'd get through it. I think we should try.
Why?
We should try.
I don't know that.
We'll see. You'll make it through the first 20 minutes because there's no gore in the first 20 minutes.
I think the connection signed Barry, OEL, and Petro. What do you think of that?
I think that would involve the salary cap needing to go up by about $30 million a year, and Jim Benning absolutely doesn't have enough money to do it.
I love Disney movies. Me too.
They're okay.
No, Disney movies are great.
How many guys converge on him?
So weird seeing Shannon with glasses. I know.
I'm just getting ready for the day when I actually legit have glasses.
He could use glasses. I think that'd probably be helpful. Did you play any of the Halo games?
I played Halo a couple of times. It's not really my kind of game though.
Why do you have them on all wonky? What's up with that?
What do you mean? They're not wonky.
They're way above your ears.
It's because my nose doesn't match my face. Like you've got this whole thing where your glasses match. Your glasses match your nose, which matches your face.
He's not voting by mail yet, as they don't even.
I don't know who the candidates are.
Yeah.
I don't know who the candidates are yet. So I will vote by mail, but I'm waiting until we get the candidates' names. Otherwise, I'm just writing in a party, and that's not going to work.
Young couple fighting. We're not a young couple. We're kind of old. Don't, Shannon.
Can you be nice?
Whatever. No doing that.
You could.
Hello, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
No. Have you owned the PlayStation 2? Best console all time.
Agreed. The PlayStation 2 was fantastic. It took me a long time to go over to the 3. The 2 was great, and there's nothing that I enjoyed more than Underground 2 on the PlayStation 2, and I could just zone out and play that for days, finish the game, and then go back and start all over again. It was fun. My favorite thing was to play it on the easy.
Shannon doesn't
easy
look
level?
like Bubbles. He's way cuter.
On the easy level, and then on the big finale race, where it's this big dramatic finale, I would lap the guy that I was racing. So then I just hang out behind him, one lap ahead of him. It's this big dramatic showdown. I'm like, nah, I think I got this.
Okay.
I'm a lap ahead. I'd even run him off the road.
Who wins the NFC East?
I don't know if anybody's going to win the NFC East. I mean, Eagles, I guess, and I'm aware of the Eagles' record, but don't they all have like 1-3 records? And it's just awful right now. If you're the NFC East.
Did you watch the new South Park pandemic special?
Not yet. I do tend to watch South Park in sort of what do you call it? I watch like I binge watch them. So I'll go a long time without watching South Park. I'm like, all right, time to binge watch, and I binge watch a bunch of them.
Are those glasses real?
They're blue light blockers, so they're not prescription. They're blue light blockers.
They're for reading computers.
Yeah, they're for computers. I use these when I get a headache, or if I feel like I'm getting a headache when I'm dealing with computer screens and my phone and all the highfalutin stuff the kids do these days with the Victrolas and the 8 tracks.
Dork.
I hear these jokes now and I think, yeah, Brent Butt and I definitely have very similar jokes. It would make some sense that he would watch my videos because
Ravens will win the AFC North.
Yeah, I don't think there's much doubt about that. I mean, the Steelers could make it interesting, but Cleveland's going to be good.
Surf or used to?
Why would I surf?
You know where we live? We don't have actual waves here.
In Chilliwack,
I would not.
Surfing in Chilliwack is tough. I have to say, waiting for a big wave on Cultus Lake, you could be waiting a while.
For a long time.
If you get a really good speedboat that comes close enough to shore, you might be able to ride something out, but you're going to look kind of silly. So I don't recommend it.
We don't have waves here. There's no waves.
If you try the Fraser River, you can technically ride a surfboard, but I wouldn't recommend it.
No, you can't.
There's parts up in the canyon where you could really surf the rocks. But again, I'm not sure that your surfboard. You might want to have like a titanium surfboard to do that going through the canyon. So, but you'll make record time, and you might want to wear armor. And maybe
you'll sink then. So yeah, that'll work well. That'll be good.
Lightweight armor.
Yeah.
Don't be silly.
Right. Don't be silly. There aren't waves here. Even if you go to the ocean, there's no waves because there's the islands. So
yeah, it's not exactly a surfer's paradise around here.
No. There's only like one spot. There's even sand because there's not waves.
There's a flag that'll be holding on the offense. Vegas only got like 3 yards.
I thought you guys live in Abbotsford, not Chilliwack. We do live in Abbotsford.
I grew up in Chilliwack, and I lived in Chilliwack for about 40 years. Offside on the defense.
Shannon lived in Chilliwack till 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
3 years ago. 4 years ago. It'll be 4
That's
in November.
What I said. I said
it'll
3
be
years
4 in
ago.
November. Because I was saying 3, and then I realized it'll be 4 in November.
Oh, it's so weird. It's like you said the exact same thing I already said.
We live together. We spend too much time together.
I know what he's.
So that's the way that works.
Yeah, that we're the only people around each other. So
I know.
We kind of talk alike because we're around each other all day.
Oh, another flag. Free play.
All day.
Oh, actually, where they threw that flag, that ball's coming back.
Can't wait for this week.
Vegas gets a touchdown, but there's a flag. That's going to be holding on the offense. Yeah. You guys better be ready to throw that again because it's holding on the offense.
I was in Walmart today and I got running shoes there, but they are very Should I change them? I don't know what means. I don't know what that means.
Illegal formation. Wow.
Chilliwack and Hope are awesome towns. I have friends that live in Hope.
I thought illegal formation meant the play was dead as soon as they snapped it.
I used to have some great cousins that lived in Hope, and my grandmother thought it was the funniest thing because they were beyond hope. So that's funny. Are you a big fantasy football guy?
No. I did fantasy football twice, and both times I found it kind of tedious and frustrating. So I really haven't done and that was a long time ago. I haven't done fantasy football in, I want to say, about 15 years.
What do you think of NHL 21 Be a Pro mode?
I haven't played it yet. I intend to as soon as the pre-sale is out and available for me to play, and I'll go through it. But for the live streams, it'll be franchise mode. When it's something that I have to play, I can't play it and answer questions at the same time, or I will screw up and then I'll get angry. So I do the franchise mode, and I don't do a franchise where I'm playing either. I will do a lot of playing because there's not going to be hockey for a while. We don't know when it's coming back, so there'll be live streams here and on the NHL channel to try to help people who are dealing with the withdrawals, but it's going to be a tough time.
Will you stream Burnout?
I don't have Burnout. My favorite Burnout was the original one, which was back on the PlayStation 2. I haven't played Burnout in a long time. I love my Gran Turismo, though. Gran Turismo Sport is great.
Oh, the runners are getting ripped up already. I know. That's why I stopped buying runners at Walmart. I used to. When I was a single mom of 3 kids, I would buy runners at Walmart, but I found they would just
3 kids?
fall apart so quick. Whereas if I get them like Skechers or ones that cost more, they actually last them a few months. The Walmart ones, they just fall apart. So if you could take them back, I'd totally take them back. Walmart shoes fall apart really quick.
Time out for Vegas. They saw something they didn't like.
Ever been to Spuzum? Yep.
Spuzum's glorious. Like from wall to wall, from top to bottom. It is the nicest building in BC is Spuzum. It's this wonderful, there's nothing, and then there's a building, and then there's nothing. And you go, what was that? That was Spuzum. It's great. It's fantastic. I would live in Spuzum, just so I could tell people I lived in Spuzum.
That sounds like something you would do.
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely.
Honestly, I would love to live in Valemont, but it's not going to happen.
Who's your favorite player in the NFL?
Right now, he's in Indianapolis now, but it would have to be Phillip Rivers. I'd like to see him do something with Indianapolis because I love it when Chargers quarterbacks go elsewhere and win a Super Bowl. Thank you, Drew Brees. All time, Natron Means. Natron Means because Natron Means business was one of the greatest catchphrases ever. Absolutely amazing. Natron Means. He was great. And Junior Seau with the eyes. Crazy eyes. Junior Seau. He was fantastic. You really liked him.
Okay.
You would have liked football if you'd seen Junior Seau play.
Nope, nothing.
You would have. He was great.
How is COVID in BC? We're doing pretty good in Nova Scotia.
It's getting better. I've been explaining to her it's getting better. So
it's awful.
If you go by active cases, the active case count has dropped by 100, over 100 in the last week. So the active cases are dropping. New cases are still high.
Really high.
But a majority of them are people in their 20s and 30s. And we don't have anything to do with anybody anywhere anyways.
Yeah.
But people in their 20s and 30s will recover quicker, and they have less of a chance of any long-term consequences. So far,
they have lots of long-term consequences.
But comparatively speaking, with people who are older,
they just don't die right now.
Comparatively speaking, it's not as bad. So it is better in BC than what the overall numbers.
We're doing better than Ottawa, so there's that.
We've got it better than Ontario and Quebec.
And Alberta started getting bad. Did you see
Quebec,
that?
yeah, Alberta's
our
getting
numbers
bad,
are better
Quebec's,
than Alberta.
Quebec's absolutely a nightmare. They had over 1,100 new cases yesterday. So,
do you think schools will stay open all year? Yes.
Yes. I can't see how now you change.
It's really hard for them to close school because parents still have to work. A lot of people are able to work from home, but that's not possible for everybody. And all those people that are single parents, it's not possible for them.
Oh. So
there has to be at least some kind of version of school, even if there's less people that go to school, which there are. That's really hard to just say no school because people have to be able to work.
Nice pass. Vegas gets the first down.
Yvonne, which sport do you find more boring, football or baseball? Oh, they're both just...
No, they're not.
Awful. Yes, they are.
We're live streaming baseball tomorrow, so...
No, we're not. No.
the Padres. Woo! The Padres
No.
start on Tuesday.
They're both boring. One is just guys standing around scratching themselves, and the other one is guys wearing tights, jumping on each other, and standing around deciding where they jumped on each other.
I had a
See,
good
I know
laugh
how
watching.
these games work.
I had a good laugh watching game the other day. I want to say it was the St. Louis pitcher that steps off, I think it was Cincinnati, and you see him grabbing his cup and moving it, and the announcer says, pitcher steps off to make an adjustment. Yeah, he's playing with his nuts. Like I just say that. Just say, he had to step off to play with his nuts. Know how he feels. Now he's ready to make the pitch. It was just really funny because it was right there on camera.
Shannon, are you going to wear the Flying V for the draft on Tuesday?
Vancouver's not drafting, so it'd be pointless. In terms of what I'm going to wear for the draft, I'm leaning towards something Rangers-ish, but it may end up being Ottawa. Ottawa's supposed to reveal their new jerseys at the draft, and Ottawa's going to be drafting a lot, and they're going to be making trades, and there's going to be a lot going on with Ottawa, so I feel like it should be Ottawa for the first day, and probably Montreal for the day after.
Do the Bruins make the playoffs next season?
They should. They're in the Atlantic. They should. If they were in the Metro, I'd have some concerns, but in the Atlantic, they should at least be top 3.
Is Seattle in this draft?
No, next draft. Next draft, Seattle's in it.
Do you think Tampa Bay can get first-round pick for Johnson or Killorn on draft day, and what team could trade with TV?
Well, the problem is you'd have to find a team that's drafting later in the draft that has a lot of cap space. I could see a situation where Rangers have that second draft pick in the first round, maybe because Tampa and Rangers definitely are trading partners regularly. I could see maybe something being worked out with Killorn. Johnson, I don't think gets you a first right now. Killorn might. Killorn is a lower cap hit and doesn't have a full no trade clause. So I think Killorn has probably got the best chance of being moved.
If the MLB were to expand to 32, which cities would get teams?
I'd like to see Montreal come back. That would be ideal. I'd like to see a baseball team in Portland or Vancouver. Vancouver would be great.
Do you guys do any fantasy football with your family? Like between the two of us?
God,
or
you don't like football. The kids don't like football. I'd clean up.
Yeah.
I'd clean up
the
in that
two of
family
us don't
bit.
do fantasy football.
My mother is so into football. She once asked my dad and I what the odds were of Wayne Gretzky winning the Grey Cup. And we just looked at each other and looked at my mother and said, they're not good. It's not much chance that Wayne Gretzky's going to get he's great, sure, but I don't think he's going to get the Grey Cup.
That's funny.
Yeah.
My ex-husband once, we went down into the States and he was wearing a Canucks toque, and we went into a restaurant and he was like, oh no, what? I'm wearing Canucks. And well, we're in the States. They like the Seahawks here. They're big rivals.
You know, in his defense,
I might have started laughing.
The Seahawks have never won a game against the Canucks.
He was not really impressed at how humorous I found that to be.
The Seahawks have never won a single game against Vancouver.
Oh, somebody got a new kitty. Aw, kitties.
Kitties are always good. Because old kitties are jerks. Aren't they, Shadow?
NHL team in Kentucky, and Wayne is on the Grey Cup.
Yeah, he is from Toronto Argos.
Yeah,
he's a partial owner for the Toronto Argos.
In 91 as an owner.
Meaning my mother knew something in the 80s before he was even an owner of anything with him and John Candy. John Candy was in that too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Along with the Kings owner, Bruce McNall, who would end up being caught doing some bad things with money and would be out of the NHL not long after.
Canucks or Americans don't know what a Canuck or a toque is. Just across the border, they know what Canucks are.
I think they know what toques are just across the border.
A lot of the Americans just across the border have Canadian relatives, so. And they're surrounded by, well, they're not surrounded by Canadians right now. That has to be really weird. All their
Has to be, like,
stores
dead
and
quiet
parking
in
lots are
Bellingham.
empty.
Bellingham has to be really quiet.
Sumas, there's got to be nobody in Sumas right
Yeah.
now. Whatcom
true.
County has as many stores as they do because of Canadians. The poor grocery stores. They have to be.
Yep.
That has to be hard on the grocery stores. The mall has to be completely dead. Yeah. It has to be weird down there without all the Canadians. Would NHL work in Kentucky?
I haven't even heard anything about the NHL looking at Kentucky. I mean, it can work anywhere if you have the local fan base and you have the startup money. The trick is the startup money.
A toque gets a knit hat, a winter hat.
Beanie.
You know, a knit hat. When the CFL was in the States, Americans didn't understand the rules. It was in the States?
Knock it off.
Are they being jerks?
Oh, they're just being so bloody noisy.
There.
The CFL was in the States.
Was it?
Briefly.
They
expanded to the States to try to improve their economic situation.
In the 90s,
and they made it
wouldn't
worse.
Work very well, yeah.
Who thought
is what all the kids on South Park
Shreveport, Louisiana wouldn't be this major financial slam dunk for the NHL?
I think the Canucks will part ways with Stetcher.
Yes. There was one there that you missed earlier. Josh Allen is an excellent young quarterback. He's absolute goal within the from the 20-yard line in. The interesting thing in this game too is that Derek Carr hasn't thrown an interception in, I think they said, like 247 pass attempts. I think they're jinxing him though.
Does Seattle get the first overall pick automatically next draft?
No.
It'll
be like Vegas. It'll be like Vegas. They'll have odds of where they draft, but they're in the draft lottery the same as everybody else.
Should MetLife Stadium close down due to many injuries?
No.
What? Will Canucks part ways with Vegas? What? I don't understand.
If you mean Canadians crossing the border to go to Vegas, so that's already happened.
Should I be optimistic about the Patriots tomorrow night's game?
That's going to be tough because without Cam Newton, the one thing you have is you have Bill Belichick. Belichick is the best coach in football history. I've learned never to count out a team coached by Belichick, but they've really changed that offense to suit Cam Newton. And I don't know if anybody else is going to be able to go in and run that as well as Cam did.
Will Toronto ever get an NFL team? And if they did, would it be the end of the CFL?
Without Toronto, the CFL, I think, would be toast. I can't see how it would work without Toronto. But the Rough Riders are the big cash cow for the league. In terms of income and everything, the Rough Riders are the number one team. I don't think the NFL is going to go to Toronto. I think that's why they had the Bills playing games in Toronto, and it didn't work. Unnecessary roughness on Vegas. They're still the Raiders. They can go to another city, but they still take a lot of dumb penalties because they're the Raiders. So they shoot themselves in the foot a lot because they're the Raiders.
When I'd go to northern Minnesota, we'd get CFL on TV. Yeah, when you live on the border, you get both countries' TV. When I was little, my grandmother had a house in the States just across the border, and we only watched Canadian TV. We never watched the American stuff because we were a lot closer to Vancouver than we were to Seattle. So we only got Canadian TV. And we only got Canadian radio as well. I don't know. He's eating bread because, of course, we're out of bread now.
Uh-huh.
They ate 3 loaves of bread in 3 days.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yep.
They inhaled all the bread. Okay. Biggest improvement you liked about the Canucks since last season?
Their ability to hold on to leads. I thought their confidence was a lot better. The big thing they have to focus on now is the shots allowed and tightening up their defense. Outside of that, they have a very good team.
I know that's a loaf of bread a day. That's a lot. Considering that Adelaide, well, she wasn't even here the past day.
Nope.
And then
she really doesn't eat it.
She eats like a peanut butter sandwich. I mean, she would live on peanut butter sandwiches if we let her. But no, it's mostly Malachi. He'll just go and grab more bread and just eat bread. And holy crap. Okay, you can't stop.
I know,
I've seen something besides bread.
I've seen him take 6 pieces of bread out.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
okay, can you eat something else?
And then he'll follow it up with a baked potato.
I know.
And then he'll have more carbs, but they'll have fries. It's all carbs.
All the carbs.
Yeah.
Why did the NBA leave Vancouver?
It wasn't working in Vancouver. The thing was that while, the numbers weren't that great for the NBA in Vancouver, the team was awful. It was absolutely god-awful. And there wasn't really a point where it looked like Vancouver was getting better. They were mismanaged. Their drafting wasn't great. A lot of players didn't necessarily want to play in Canada at the time. Toronto still has that problem now, depending on the players. I think it could work if they came back. I think if the NBA came back to Vancouver, I think it could be a big success. I don't think the NBA intends to bring basketball back. And the other problem would be, if you were willing to entertain the idea of the Grizzlies coming back, you have to bring the Sonics back to Seattle first. That doesn't work. And I say that as a Vancouver fan. You can't put a team in Vancouver without a team in Seattle first. There's no way.
Why does OEL only want the Canucks?
Canucks and Bruins. He's willing to waive for the Canucks or the Bruins. You'd have to ask him. Apparently, Arizona asked him, could you give us some other teams? And he said no. So it might be a situation where...
They're so loud.
It might be a situation where the Canucks are a team that he's looking at as being up-and-comers, and Boston's a team that's already been a contender and all that. But he may very well be trying to paint them into a corner so they can't trade him easily.
What does Kubalik get if he goes to arbitration?
Kubalik's going to get paid. I would think, based on that first season, $3.5–4 million.
Could you see the NBA expand more to Canada like the NHL with the USA?
Like I said, before they consider that, they would have to put a team back in Seattle. The Sonics really should not have left Seattle.
Can you see Crawford leaving Chicago?
Yes, absolutely.
Rask for Freddie. Would you make the trade?
No. Boston would. Toronto wouldn't. Tuukka Rask. I love Rask in Boston, but Rask is at that point where he's going to be past it. And if you're Toronto, Freddie Anderson's been a very good goaltender. I'm not sure why everybody wants to get rid of Freddie. I know his contract's up next year, but yeah, I think Freddie's a better goaltender than Toronto Maple Leaf fans are giving him credit for right now.
Can you see Parise leaving the Wild?
If they can find somebody to take that contract, it absolutely happens.
Sorry if I missed it, but did Shannon ever give his thoughts review of Fear Inoculum and where he ranks it with the other Tool albums?
I like Fear Inoculum. I would put it ahead of Undertow. I would put it...
a brat.
No, I would put it ahead of... See, me not...
Because you're wrong.
But no, because...
Yes, your opinion is wrong. That's what the internet has taught me. That if I don't agree, it means his opinion is wrong.
I would have it below Lateralis, and I'd have it below Anima. I'd have it probably about equal to 10,000 Days. Which are above Undertow.
No. Undertow is great. And I do like Fear Inoculum better than 10,000 Days.
Not me. Oops.
Yes. Who won the pool? Or are you talking about the bracket? It was 3 people that we don't know. They're clearly subscribers. They did all message us. I did send the first place person. I sent a hoodie, and then the other 2 I'll send shirts to. I still need to do that.
He's half.
Do you have a favorite Marilyn Manson album? Oh,
I don't really know his albums well enough to have a favorite album. I'm more of a fan of certain songs of his than actual albums. You had albums.
I do. I have a bunch of albums. Gosh, I don't know which one's my favorite album. They're pretty good.
Crap
and he has a new one that's coming out. Or did it just come out this week?
I know he's been releasing videos for it.
Yeah, and I haven't checked that one out, and I need to. The one that came out. Wasn't that this year, or was that last year that came out?
No, there's a brand new one.
Oh, no, I know there's a brand new one, but the previous one, it doesn't seem like it came out that long ago. It's a pretty good album. I've actually
I want to say a year and a half ago.
Wasn't that long ago?
Could have been.
I know that I got it before the apocalypse because I actually went and bought it at the record store. I don't know, but that one's really good too. I was kind of surprised. But seeing him in concert was kind of disappointing. So he doesn't always wear jerseys for entertainment guy. Which cat has the most annoying tendencies? Shadow. He's kind of a jerk, aren't you? Yeah? Do you agree with me, Bear? It's Shadow?
All right.
Yeah. Am I taller than Shannon? No. Shannon's taller of the two of us. He is taller. Not by a lot. Was it like an inch and a half? He is taller than me.
I'm not.
I hope Lundqvist comes to Toronto to be back up behind Anderson. Hold on, it moved. Do you think that could work?
They already have Campbell. I don't know that I would see Lundqvist as an upgrade on Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell's been a really solid goaltender the last couple of years. I thought he did well in Toronto after your ride.
Do you think the NBA is willing to go back to Buffalo or go to Pittsburgh? And do you think David Benoit will join AEW?
Hopefully David ends up in AEW. I would like to see David Benoit in a tag team situation with Brian Pillman Jr. I think that would be perfect. As for NBA expansion, with the current financial situation and everything, if the NBA was looking at an expansion, again, I think they would do what they did with Charlotte. They'd say, you know what, we made a mistake. We need to go back to Seattle. I think that's the first step they would take. And after that, they might look at, Pittsburgh could work. The one thing you're looking at there is how many other teams are there in the market and how much of a market share are you going to get. And so there's a lot of factors that would come into that. To me, Seattle's just the natural one right away.
My girlfriend says your shirt reminds her of Miss Frizzle from Magic School Bus.
Not mine.
Miss Frizzle? This doesn't look like Miss Frizzle at all.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. You guys are younger, aren't you? You don't need to show me what Miss Frizzle wears. I know. I used to read the books when I was little. Before there was a show. It doesn't look like Miss Frizzle. I have fabric that totally looks like Miss Frizzle fabric. Who do you hate more, Manfred or Bettman? I don't understand the Manfred. Hate for Bettman. It's weird. I don't think they understand what his...
I can see it.
She always has big pictures of whatever they're learning about.
Yeah, I could see Miss Frizzle.
See, that all of her dresses look like that, but with different things on them.
Yep, no, I can see it.
I don't.
Yep, see, there you go. See, look, see. She's got rainbows.
And prisms. And wait, nope, that's a gay dress.
So?
Like a pride dress.
What's wrong with gay dresses?
Nothing, that's totally different rainbow.
Wait, the gay people have a different rainbow?
Actually, yes, it has pink in it. It's supposed to have pink in it. It's supposed to.
I've never seen one with pink in it. Why are you making stuff up?
I'm not making stuff up. It's supposed to have pink in it. Anyways. I can still see you.
No, you can't. I'm behind you.
That's cute. Okay, pardon me?
What?
Excuse me?
What? Read your stuff.
You read your stuff. They're talking to you, not me.
They're talking to you. You're Miss Frizzle.
Okay. Worst owner in NHL history.
Oh, Harold Ballard. Yeah, that's not even close. Harold Ballard would be the worst owner in NHL history. Bill Wirtz would get votes from Hawks fans, but Bill Wirtz he was old and he had ideas of how to run a team that were very, very outdated.
Shannon, she sees all. I know, because I'm a mom that Malachi tried to do that one to me.
Did he?
It didn't go well for him.
Oh. Did it go well for me?
Will this year's Super Bowl be the most bland due to COVID?
No. I remember everybody saying that the Canucks the Stanley Cup wasn't going to be great because there wouldn't be fans in attendance. The Stanley Cup was fine. Super Bowl is going to be fine. They can ditch the bye week in between, though. I mean, it doesn't make much sense to have all the hype without all the fans in attendance. But I think it'll be fine because we're still going to get the two best teams winning in the Super Bowl as long as we get there. I'm really, really hoping we get there.
Opinion on the Lightning players and fans sharing drinks from the Stanley Cup while having a pandemic.
And the positivity rate where it's been in Florida, it's insane. I wouldn't have that locally in a meetup with people. I wouldn't.
We wouldn't even do our meetups with just like 20 guys.
No. So if I think it's a bad idea here where infection rates are low, I'm definitely not going to agree with it in a city where the infection rate's been really high. So it's insane. The NHL didn't do anything because I don't think the NHL had any kind of an agreement. They probably just figured teams wouldn't do that. So they didn't think they needed an agreement.
She likes Miss Frizzle and likes her shirt. I like Miss Frizzle too. She's awesome. But this doesn't look like Miss Frizzle. Okay, I'll back up again. You guys aren't old enough. Clearly, I'm too old. You're such a brat.
Why am I a brat?
Okay. There. See, can you tell what it is now? Oh my God.
It's Noah's Ark. You can see the sides of the boat. And underneath you've got the...
You guys are clearly not
the
older,
rainbow that was there to make sure that nobody...
It's not Miss Frizzle.
Frizzable. I like Frizzable. Frizzable's nice.
See, I could do like the mom voice and I could say your full name, but I won't because it's the internet. Shadow's kind of trying to cause trouble in here.
Shadow's always trying to cause trouble.
Try me. No, see, I don't. No, I'm good at not saying people's real names when I know them. If online when they use other names, I try pretty hard not to use people's real name. Do you speak any foreign languages?
Well, I speak a lot of French, but that's a domestic language. I'm fluent in.
Yeah, people know our full names because that's one of those things that happens when you work all completely online.
Je m'appelle.
But I mean, subscribers, a lot of subscribers don't use their real names or they use fake names, and a lot of times we do know them.
Shane.
And so I don't use people's real names when that's not the name they go by.
Grazie. Tout le monde de la poisson.
Pardon?
I'm trying to remember how to say awesome with poisson.
You're a dork. Okay.
Grenouille de poisson. You know how to say that?
What are you saying about fish?
No, I'm just saying that there's chien de la poisson. There you go. It means awesome.
Dog? No, that means dog of the fish. Okay.
Wow,
anyways,
that's a swear word in French. I'd appreciate it if you didn't say
Simpson
that.
episode.
Homer Simpson versus the City of New York.
Yeah. See, Shannon knows exactly what he's saying.
Homer Simpson versus New York. That is just
a dork. He knows.
There is nothing better than Homer Simpson hating the city of New York. It's absolutely the greatest. And the greatest segment ever, the greatest scene ever is when he's trying to build a barbecue pit. And to this day, I laugh my ass off when I see him getting ready to set up the barbecue pit. It is just right from the moment when we yell "stupid Lisa," and then French. You have to use French instructions. English side ruined. Le Grill, what the hell is that? And just everything about that scene is absolutely fantastic and accurate. I've been with people and known people who, when they're trying to put something together, get that angry. And sometimes you just have to leave them be.
Dog of the Fish sounds like a cool grunge album.
Well, there was a grunge band back out of France. What was it called? La Tripe de la... I was trying to think. Do you remember who they were?
I don't know what you're talking about.
La Feste de la... I can't remember now.
A lot of people don't use their real names because people online are assholes.
Language, Mr. Hawk.
And people like to search you and do really creepy things.
Yeah.
We've definitely had instances with creepy people because we can't not have our name.
Like, my real name is
out
Rudiger.
there.
I don't tell people my real name is Rudiger.
But I totally understand with not having your real name on things, just because people are creeps online and they will online stalk you. So there are most definitely reasons to not use your real name online.
There are accounts I have on the internet that aren't traceable as Hockey Guy or Shannon because I just want to be anonymous.
Sometimes you'd like to. Have you ever seen the Spokane Chiefs in person? I have.
She has. I haven't.
No,
do you want to go down to Spokane soon?
No.
Okay.
I have been to Chief games.
Idaho? Drive out to Idaho?
I don't.
Drive around Boise up to Moscow?
I know that'd be a very, very long drive. I'd rather not.
No, it's a very skinny state, so it really doesn't take that long.
It takes forever to drive from here to Boise.
No,
that's a long time.
No, I said from Boise to Moscow.
Yeah, you have to get to Boise first.
God, you're arguing about everything today. I don't know why I have to be so difficult.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we'll just drive to the border and tell them we're going to Boise and Moscow, and we'll be right back.
Right. Yeah. After you cross the border. Uh-huh.
That's
Does Shannon play D&D or board games?
My friends, when I was in high school, learned not to play Dungeons and Dragons with me because I just leave. I like my character. I don't want him to die. So when I turn a corner, like, Dragon, what level is it? Oh, I know. I'm going to sit this one out. That's not an option. Yeah, it is. I'm sitting this one out. I'm leaving. So I let them all kind of die. They were so mad at me too. He's like, we died, you know. I'm like, yeah, and I'm not dead. So I win, right? That's how D&D works, right? I win because you guys are dead and I'm not. So I kind of won. And then I played video games after that because they didn't want to play with me anymore.
See, and I don't like video games. No. Pass.
My friend had Karateka. He had Karateka on his computer, so I wanted to play Karateka. So if you've never played Karateka, it is the most fun game
I don't think I've ever
that the next generation has probably totally forgotten. Love Karateka. It's just karate, and you run, and then you run across somebody, and then you gotta kick him a bunch of times, and then you move on to the next guy, and you gotta kick him a bunch of times, and they get progressively more difficult as you go, and it's fun. I love Karateka. I'll have to find that somewhere. There's got to be an emulator.
When do you think the Canadian border will open up? 2021. It's gonna be a long time. No time soon. With them changing their restrictions,
at least 3
months. You know it's not going to be anytime soon. They changed
I would
the
say
restriction
January at the earliest.
Because it's not going to be anytime soon.
January at the earliest.
So it's going to be a while still. How long till the Giants fire everyone? I can't take it anymore. I'm not watching till... Is that Gettleman is fired?
The New York Giants are an absolute disaster. But the thing is, in that division, everybody is.
Yeah, I was thinking he was talking about the Vancouver Giants. And I'm like, what? No. What's wrong with the...
No, there's nothing wrong with the Vancouver Giants.
That's why I was confused. Why you were so upset.
But that whole division is a disaster.
Oh, my goodness.
You've got the Eagles. And they're a disaster right now. You've got the Cowboys. You've got the Washington team with no name. It's just, where does it stop? Like, you could win the division with a 6-10 record in that division from the looks of things.
Everyone listen to Shannon. When your friends are in need, leave them hanging.
Yes. If you, okay, you got to preface it this way. If your friends are asking you to fight a dragon, say no, because it's just not worth it. It's not.
Have you played Magic the Gathering?
I couldn't get into it. There were too many nerd points involved. I just couldn't do it.
Nerd points?
Yeah, it's just I couldn't do it.
Okay, how many nerd points do I have then?
You have more than I do.
These questions to the wrong
You're
person.
wearing what
Just
shirt
saying.
today?
Awesomeness.
Uh-huh. You have more nerd
Unlike
points
Shannon,
than I do
I
today.
did used to play Magic the Gathering. I used to own a store where we ran Magic tournaments.
See, you had to. You had to play it.
Played it before I had a store.
It's like me watching Ducks games. I watch them because I have to. You're like that with Magic the Gathering. I totally
used to play D&D, and I had models, and my boys are super into D&D. Even our 7-year-old daughter is.
Wow, throw across the body. That's a great pass by Carr. Touchdown
used to play
for
Warhammer
the Raiders.
And fantasy. And I had my high elf army was the coolest. It was beautiful. Yeah.
That was
the Tau
tough.
were pretty cool too.
They're
I really wanted to paint them like the Dredge because I thought that would be amazing.
Well, they didn't go for 2. I'm surprised they didn't go for 2 there.
See, now most of the people in the stream have no clue what I'm talking about.
See, Derek Carr
this was football.
Derek Carr is rotating out this way and throws across his body that way. That's a tough throw.
Okay.
That is a tough.
What kind of
tough
store
throw.
was it? It was a tabletop game store. So it had board games, card games.
Wow.
All the tabletop games.
Stabler.
So, yeah, a lot of card games, but we didn't do Pokemon because we didn't want, like, a bunch of little kids in there. Yeah.
Yeah, who wants kids?
There's a lot of Mech Warrior guys that came, and they had trouble
with
personal
a lot of
hygiene.
Nerd points. A lot of nerd points with Mech Warrior.
Had to put up extra air fresheners on Mech Warrior night.
Just stick them around their necks when they come in. Say they're medallions.
Okay. Do you watch college football?
I used to watch it every Saturday. Big fan of the Washington Huskies and Notre Dame Fighting Irish, but along the way, I just didn't have enough time. I just ended up not having the time to watch it.
I think the Golden Knights need a 4th jersey that's Raiders inspired. No, they need a 4th jersey that's red with their secondary.
Henderson Silver Knights will absolutely have a Vegas Golden or a Vegas Raiders inspired jersey. No doubt in my mind, because it's the same colors. So they'll have some kind of a Raiders tie-in with Henderson. I don't think it'll work with Vegas because Vegas is gold and the Raiders are silver.
Can Seattle become a breeding ground for the new NHL talent?
Well, there's already been players from the area. I don't see any reason why there won't be more. But the one thing that they're doing is they're building more hockey rinks. So the fact that there's more and more arenas going up is good news for minor league hockey in the area. They were very excited about some of the new rinks going up around Seattle.
Pokemon's not bad unless you don't know how to play, and a bunch of little kids play it. And that's the thing. It was a bunch of little kids that would play it. So, no, pass. No. Then nobody wants to go to the game store because it's full of a bunch of little kids.
Yeah, that's why people don't want to go to the game store.
Whatever. Don't listen to him. He has no clue what he's talking about.
Nerd. Wouldn't have caught me in a game store. I just used to go to the card store, get my hockey cards and all that.
Yeah, because there's a huge difference between a card store and a game store.
There is.
A lot of times they're the
jocks versus nerds.
Store.
Haven't you seen movies? Nerds never beat jocks.
Yeah, it's not a bunch of high school. It's not a bunch of jocks collecting hockey cards.
Sup, girl? I'm gonna go full Justin Bieber on you with this. It's full. You always have the hoodie thing going on too. Don't make that face. I know what that face means. Didn't your mother ever tell you your face is gonna freeze like that?
No.
Didn't she?
No.
Well, I'm surprised.
There's a My Little Pony RPG game. I'm not surprised. Best band from Vancouver. Pack 80.
Pack 80.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh!
The Bears are now playing the Raiders on here. Or the Bears, not the Raiders. The Bears are playing the Colts.
I was never into Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a lot of card games I like. Those are not them.
The new Bears jersey looks really orange.
I like tabletop games. I do not like video games.
Is it just my TV or is the new Bears jersey orange?
That's definitely orange.
It looks like Broncos. I was so confused when I flipped past this game. I'm like, why are the Broncos
Shannon
playing
a jock. Right. I know. He's super jock.
Well, I used to just go around asking people where the gym was.
Lover Boy's the best band from Vancouver.
I knew they'd say that. I knew they'd say that.
Bears has had that third for a while.
I just much prefer the black one.
So means that I like the white orange. One. Bears navy jersey is the best.
Yeah, it is dark navy. That's right, not black.
Are you excited for the upcoming Flash movie?
Yeah, I mean, I love Flash the series. Anything Flash has done on the big screen has usually been a bit of a letdown. So hopefully this time out it's not a letdown. Do
you ever play board games? If so, what are your favorite? I have a ridiculous collection of board games because again, I used to own a game store. So I own a stupid amount of games. I really only play games with the kids, which we do play a lot. I might tell them they have to go play a game quite often. My very favorite game is probably Talisman. Risk. It's not Risk. It's Talisman, though it's really long, and so I don't ever get to play it. But Talisman is way more fun than Risk.
No, it's not.
I think
Risk, you can take over the world.
Monopoly's the worst game ever.
I have a lot of versions of Monopoly. Which one do you want me to get? I have a lot of versions of Monopoly.
Ever.
I have like 6 or 7 different versions of Monopoly.
See, I have so many games. I have lots of really fun ones.
I have the NHL Monopoly. I have Star Wars Monopoly. I have Doctor Who Monopoly, both the Doctor Who version and the Villains version. With the kids, I really like playing like
Catan with the expansions. They're doing a family barbecue today. I like the Catan games and Carcassonne. Ticket to Ride's pretty fun. It's not as fun with all the replay.
Sorry's fun.
Nope, it's not.
Sorry,
it's not.
You lose friends playing Sorry.
No. Oh, the Munchkin games are really fun. Those are great. I really like card building, the deck building games. Those are pretty darn fun. I'm spacing on names of games. There's one. Crap, I'm forgetting the name of it. It's a deck building game and it's really fun. Anyways, okay.
Hi, Kitty. How are you?
What about Clue? No,
Clue's boring.
Yeah,
I've always thought Clue was boring.
No,
but that's just me. I always thought Clue was kind of boring.
Yeah, I'm not.
There's limited things that can be the answer, and it's kind of.
Who's the best goal scorer in the NHL of all time?
Ovechkin.
No, life is really boring.
Ovechkin's the best goal scorer of all time. He's proven it.
Any game where you're just rolling a dice or spinning a wheel and you go where it tells you to and you pick up the card and do, where there's not actual thought required. No. Are you going to tune into NASCAR today? Big wreck just happened. Truex Jr. made it through.
Well, I'm watching football right now. So I watched some IndyCar yesterday. Yeah, IndyCar yesterday. That was fun. Hey, kitty.
Stratego is a fun game. The boys play it every once in a while. Magic is pretty fun. I haven't played that in quite a while. I have a Harry Potter card game that I got forever ago. It was back when there was a lot of card games when Magic became really big and they were making card games for everything where you'd have to buy the packs and you get different ones. They had a Harry Potter game for a while and I was getting those. And then they stopped making it. And then I went to the dollar store one day and they had boxes of the Harry Potter cards. And so I grabbed some and I went up to the checkout to buy them. And they were 4 for $1 instead of 1 for $1. So I went and bought all the rest of them. So now I have a bunch of cards for this Harry Potter game.
But it's kind of fun for a Harry Potter game.
No, it's fun. Even if you don't like Harry Potter, it's a fun game. You have to you pick what class you're in, like if it's charms or
I never understood because the kid's not particularly hairy and there's no pottery in it, so I don't get the movie at all.
Anyways, it's a fun game.
If you say so.
Do you watch the Little League World Series?
I have watched it. I guess it was canceled this year. I have watched it though. Little League World Series can be a lot of fun to watch, and I think that's baseball that even Yvonne might enjoy.
I doubt it.
No, because it's kids, and it's a shorter game.
Well, a shorter game always makes for.
I think it's 6 innings
baseball being better
for kids, but it's little kids, not little kids, but they're they're tween age, I believe, and it is kind of fun to watch. Because it's different though. It's not the same.
College World Series is pretty cool. Underrated.
I don't know if we get that up here. I think that's on the American side of the border. I don't think that gets carried on the Canadian sports networks up here.
Most dominant Stanley Cup winner.
Oh, the mid '80s, the mid '80s Oilers. They were absolutely insane.
Which new NHL jersey are you excited for? Is there a current third that you would like to see a white version of? I know the answer to this one.
Canucks, the skate. The Bruins have another retro jersey coming up. Apparently, I think it's going to be the '80s version of it. I think it's going to have the bear on the shoulders again, like the '80s ones I have. So that's supposed to be coming out this month. There's a whole bunch of thirds and fourths that are supposed to be coming out this month. To try to track which one I'm most excited about, it's new stuff. It's going to be great. I'm excited for there to be new stuff because it may not be hockey for a little while, so at least it's new jerseys. Because keep in mind, usually it's every July we see the new jerseys. Well, so it's been over a year since we've had new ones. And there's supposed to be a whole bunch of them. So I'm excited about what's coming out. There's going to be the fourths from Montreal, from New Jersey. Nashville may be getting a third. Detroit's supposed to get a third and a fourth. The Oilers are supposed to do an inverted colors white one. So the orange part will be blue, and the blue part will be red. There's a bunch of inverted colored ones that are supposed to be coming out. It's going to be great. I'm excited about the Buffalo throwback too, because they've changed the logo. So it's got the texturing the same as the 50th anniversary gold one. There's going to be a lot of really nice jerseys.
How do you think they're doing the draft? Have they announced it yet?
The draft's going to be done remotely. Think along the same lines as the NFL draft.
That was so boring.
Yeah, but it's NHL, so you won't be bored because it's actually something you watch.
It was so boring.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It was, let's look at all these families sitting at home on their Chesterfield.
There will be some of that. There will definitely be some of that.
So boring.
Yeah, there will definitely be some of that. That's going to happen.
I like the Bruins jersey with just the letter B. Should an NHL team
Okay, you've been obnoxious and loud the whole
that
time.
wear... Okay, yeah, wrong wear. A yellow flashy neon jersey so the jersey will distract the other team. That would be obnoxious.
So Philly would be the one I would think that would get that. Or Nashville.
Obnoxious. Okay.
You okay?
Yachting.
You gonna make it?
Dallas Stars Twitter did a good slam on the Vegas new jerseys.
I don't know that Dallas is in a position to slam somebody else's jerseys necessarily. I like Dallas's jerseys, sure, but I don't know.
Canada added more than 12,000 cases of COVID this week. Should we be concerned? Of course. If people could stop being stupid, that'd be great.
I don't think it was that 12,000. I don't think it was that many.
That does seem... No, that can't be. Oh, for the whole week, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. I was going to say, that couldn't be. Lars is the police of the live stream. Yeah. Yeah, because it's hard for me to put everybody in timeout. He's a lot quicker.
So they tweeted out should have gone with the Mooterus, and then they put the meth tiger underneath. So that's just more of a poke and fun. I don't think that's necessarily slamming them.
No.
The Mooterus is fantastic, though. And the meth tiger is just gorgeous. I'm so glad
Chances
I
of Line going to Detroit.
Same as anybody else. I can't see what Detroit would give up for him, though. I can't see Steve Yzerman offering up more assets than somebody else would. And, Line, there's going to be rumors of him going anywhere. I would not be surprised if he doesn't get traded. I would honestly not be surprised if he doesn't get traded at all.
Do you prefer thin or thick pizza?
Thin because it's less calories.
True.
And I don't really like a bunch of crust either. Sorry, Gabriel was down knocking, so I told him, I said, you've been noisy the whole time you've been down here, so you're not getting a phone. So I sent him away.
It's obnoxious when they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do they not get it? Okay. Where do you see Line going?
Wherever. Again, I would be very surprised if he actually gets traded. So, but if he's on the block, everybody's going to be calling about him because there's 30 other teams that would love to have a goal scorer like Line.
What tea are we consuming today? What tea did I make myself? I think I made the honey black. Earlier I was drinking my
it's vodka infused, right?
I was having my salted caramel oolong, which is a new tea I just got, which is really, really good. But I think I made my honey black this time, which is another really good tea. I had a bunch of free tea points, and so it doesn't matter which tea it is, like how much it costs. So that's how I buy the more expensive teas. I use my free tea points. Figure it's a good way to do it. So that one's like twice as much as other teas. So
that works.
I only buy it with my free tea points.
Yep, that works.
Who is Shannon? NHL comparable. You usually compare yourself to, is it Gerby?
Nathan Gerby. Yeah. We're roughly the same height, so Nathan Gerby. And he has to work really, really hard to stay in the NHL and to get chances in the NHL. So yeah, there's some Gerby there, I would think.
Today I'm drinking ginger tea, which doesn't taste too bad. Oh, I like ginger tea. I haven't made myself ginger tea for a while. I like the new Vegas gold jerseys, but wish they had black on the arms instead of white. But the white will look really nice with the.
Okay, no, I know the reasons. I know the reasons for the red. I'm trying to remember what the reason was for why there was white on their jerseys.
I don't remember, but the white looks nice.
But all the colors have a reason
in it. Yeah,
I think the white's going to look really sharp too. I do. Yeah, I think Vegas has been pretty smart with their jerseys, and the one thing that I do kind of wish was that the main logo on the front of the jersey had been the secondary. That's the only wish that I had, because that star with the crossed swords is fantastic, and I wish they'd gone for that.
Ben H will get the jerseys as soon as Adidas mails them to him.
It'll be probably sometime this month. I don't have an exact time though.
The new Vegas, they're just totally Las Vegas. That's what I said. They went full on Vegas.
Yep. Everybody's gonna have to have
decided to embrace their super Vegas.
I've already been messaged by subscribers I've met down there saying, "Yep, already got one. Yep, I've got one."
So somebody was asking yesterday, and I don't know. Probably don't have anywhere near the amount of Vegas-y people, but we were talking about how scratchy it is. So one of the subscribers sent us pictures, and yesterday I was trying to explain where the difficulty in the glittery metallic would be and how it could be uncomfortable. And one of the things I said is it could be double knit, and it is double knit. So on the inside, it's not as scratchy because it doesn't have the tinsel in the part that touches your skin.
Yep.
So it's double knit, which would mean that it could be quite thick.
Yep.
Could be a bit thicker than the average Adidas, but it shouldn't be as uncomfortable as you might think it would be. What will happen first? Ground broken on the new arena for Quebec or Portland, Oregon awarded new NHL franchise?
Quebec's got an NHL level arena now. The matter's been just getting the NHL to show up. They've got an arena. This is why if a team became insolvent and wasn't able to survive, Quebec's coming back, because they already have owners willing to take over a team. They pulled out of the expansion process. I'm guessing that the $500 million, was a little bit too much for them. But Quebecor has a building, and I think it's Videotron Center in Quebec City. It's NHL level. It's just a matter of having a team in there. So I would say Portland's behind Quebec on that one.
Vegas gold jersey. Doesn't look too loud. Should have a red one too. I want them to do a red one with the secondary logo.
Like the tank top that I got.
Yeah.
From Bench Clears.
Yeah, like that. That would be great. I think it would look fantastic.
Oh, Vegas takes a penalty on themselves here early in the third quarter.
Okay.
What a surprise.
Why does the NHL keep giving the Coyotes chances after chances?
It's a matter of, they haven't had a really good owner until Alex Mariuello that took over a year ago. Now that Alex Mariuello's taken over, he's a guy who's got real money and he's got real means to help turn this team around. If he can't, then I think that's when the NHL says, all right, that's it. We can't make this work. I think it's a matter of they know that if they abandon the team in Arizona, they're not going to be able to get back. So it's a market that they know that if they take themselves out of it, they'll never get back into it.
Steel gray, which is said to represent strength and durability. Gold, red, found in Las Vegas skyline and at the Red Rock Canyon. And black for power and intensity. So it didn't mention white.
No. But I like the white.
Yeah, I think the white looks nice with the little filigree in it, which wouldn't be as noticeable with the black.
I think it's just, they're trying to be different. I think that, you could choose other colors and other designs, but they're trying to be different. And I think they're doing quite well with that.
Why do some smart hockey fans say Matthews is overrated?
I don't know that Matthews is overrated, but when he's being compared favorably to, say, a Connor McDavid, or his goal scoring is already being compared to Alex Ovechkin, that's where it gets to be a little bit much. But overall, Matthews is an excellent player. It's only a matter of time before he leads a team on a playoff run, whether it's in Toronto or it's somewhere else. We don't know. And he's going to end up being one of the better goal scorers of his generation. He's just too good not to be. I don't class him as being overrated. That's why I don't do videos on which players are overrated, because that's a whole minefield I want to stay out of.
Where do you think Virtanen plays next season?
I'd like to see Vancouver find a way to make up with Virtanen, because I still think he's going to be a 20 goal scorer minimum every year. But it sounds like Virtanen isn't a guy that they're looking to build around. I could see Virtanen ending up in Boston. I think his style of play, with the right coaching, I think he could be excellent. And I could see Boston, especially if DeBrusk goes, I could see Virtanen being brought in to be a poor man's DeBrusk.
Based on what we've seen from the Vegas third jersey, do you think the Kings should do a metallic silver alternate? That'd be fun. I think it would purple, though.
But yeah, I would rather see purple or see a return of the coat of arms. The coat of arms is still my favorite logo of theirs.
Yeah. I vote purple. Do you find Adidas is inconsistent with their jersey sizes?
Nope. I have a ton of them. They're all the same size for me. I haven't had one that's been different. I've even found recently that as long as it's one of the more recent jerseys, I can wear a 44, and I know it's going to fit perfect. So, yeah, I haven't had a problem. It's kind of weird, though, fitting a 44, because I always just, went with mediums.
Which I told you were way too big.
I know, but I'm so self-conscious. So, there's that.
Kings won't change because their identity is associated with their cup wins.
That does make a difference. It really does. It does make a difference. Although, remember when Pittsburgh won back-to-backs in the 90s, and then they switched their design and they didn't win again, and I waited forever for them to go back. I thought, it's weird that they don't just go back. And then eventually they did.
Why do people get mad when NHL players try to have more of a personality?
It depends on how that personality is achieved. If it's by being an overall prick, it's one of those, you can say what you want, but people have the right to respond to it as well. So there's that part of it.
Both of you guys have no reason to be self-conscious. You guys look super strong and healthy. Everybody's self-conscious to some degree, I would think.
Yeah.
And since both of us have had weight that fluctuates, that makes you a little bit more conscious. And since you're online, people really like to point out any physical flaw.
Well, like I told you,
anything. They like to point it out. And that's always really nice when strangers tell you all sorts of things about your physical appearance. It's really boosts your self-esteem a lot.
Like I told you, that one actress from The Good Place. I mean, she's beautiful, she's tall, and online people tear her apart all the time. It's like, what the heck? Seriously?
People online are awful, and it doesn't do a lot for helping build up your self-esteem. And I am definitely not strong. So there's that.
I am.
I'm all right, no. I'm not. I've lost all my muscles.
All right, field goal, and it's 19-17 in favor of the Raiders.
You're on HDA. You can see if Shannon needs a haircut. Yeah, see, that's one of those things I try and help him. Because every once in a while, it's like your hair here grows faster.
Yeah.
And so every once in a while, I'm like, hold on. You do a couple hair trims because, we know that people watch us on their big TVs, and you see way more close up of anybody's face than anybody needs videos
like this. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna keep it.
Shannon, down. You are beautiful. He is, isn't he?
That's not really a thing.
Agree. I'm not the one saying it. I was just agreeing.
I know there's dudes that are gonna say stuff like that because there's like the bro hug thing that guys do.
Whatever. You think there's guys that look good?
Well, Jensen Ackles.
Okay, see?
But he's Jensen Ackles. So
yeah, and see, and other people are like, well, it's the hockey guy. So right?
No, it's nothing.
Yes.
Call it
exposed. Yep. Talking about Shannon's man crush.
Well, that's not one that's exactly news to anybody.
No, he's not afraid to share that.
I'd be starstruck if I ever ran into Jensen Ackles somewhere. I'd say something stupid.
He's dreamy.
It would be especially because now I know he owns the Impala. Do you imagine he'd be like, oh, that looks like the car from Supernatural. Holy crap, Dean's driving it. Holy crap. Okay. Can I be Sam just for today, please? Yvonne, can I have a play date with Jensen? I'm going to be Sam today. I'm going to drive down to the river and see if there's any dead bodies, please.
Such a dork. Jensen Ackles is going to be on season 3 of The Boys.
He'll be great. Yeah, he'll be great. But he has to be Dean. They have to do a crossover. They have to do a crossover with Legends. I know the show's off the air now, but they have to. They have to have Sam and Dean just on Legends for like 2 minutes. I know they had the set. They have the actual set in season 5, and they have the Impala in season 5 of Legends.
Yeah.
But Sam and Dean aren't in it. But you can see like Supernatural is mentioned, and they talk about it. But I'm like, come on, just do it. Pull the trigger. Sam and Dean. Have Crowley. Crowley could totally be on there talking to Constantine. It'd be great. What
laptop do you use for your videos? Right now, it's a ThinkPad.
Lenovo ThinkPad. It's the same one that Tim and Sid use on Tim and Sid show. It's the same one. Yeah, I noticed that one day when I was watching. Oh, they got the ThinkPad. It's the Lenovo ThinkPad. So it's the same one they have. It wasn't cheap, but when your business is online, don't cheap out on a computer.
Because we were going through computers too quick.
Yep. I've had this one for a year and a half.
This is a new camera angle. Yeah, we turned it so you can see the TV.
Yes. Yep, and I've got the TV turned down so you probably can't even hear it. So that's the idea.
Yvonne is right. Undertow is amazing. Sorry, Shannon.
It's not that I don't like Undertow.
He just doesn't fully appreciate
all of their other albums. All of their other albums are better. That's my only statement on it.
I think Undertow's fantastic, but I started listening to Tool back in the 90s when there weren't a lot of albums. So
you didn't have a choice. So in other words, Undertow's a great album if you don't have anything else to listen to.
Whatever.
That's what she just said.
That's not what I said.
Didn't they have that Oedipus album though that back then?
Enema. Yes.
No,
There
no,
was
no.
Enema and Undertow.
The EP
And
that came out
Opiate?
before. Yeah, Oedipus.
Yes. Opiate. Yes.
And they had that one
had
before that.
all three.
That was the one where they were a hair metal band, right? The EP.
What? No. What?
Didn't they cover Bon Jovi on that one?
No, Shannon. Oh my gosh. Don't listen to him.
Or
Okay.
do listen to me.
No. Okay.
Oh man, right there
Are
on TV.
you excited
growing
for
questionable.
Mandalorian season 2?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, all the kitties are sleeping.
Wouldn't you hate to see
Kitties
me
are
on TV
sleeping.
and have that underneath my name?
Questionable. Groin questionable.
Groin questionable.
All right. Well, fine.
I'd be like, my groin's not questionable.
It's just fine. Thank you.
My wife says there's nothing wrong with it. TV said my groin was questionable.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Will there be lots of trades on draft day?
Yes. I'm anticipating a lot of trades this week. It's going to be a very busy week in the National Hockey League. I'm going to be busy.
What's your World Series prediction?
If the baseball gods hate me, it'll be the Yankees and the Dodgers. If the baseball gods like me, it'll be the Oakland Athletics and the San Diego Padres in a nice matchup between two California teams.
Do you think Zadorov is gone from Colorado at
Zadorov?
draft on Tuesday? If so, where to?
Isn't Zadorov's just a restricted free agent, right? The trick is that I think to qualify him, I think it's $3.2 million they have to give him to qualify him. Zadorov is it's an expensive keep, but if Colorado wants to keep him, there's no reason it'll blow up their salaries. I think they could probably keep him at $4 million per, because I mean he's very good defensively. He's solid as a checker. Now if something happened and he were available, a lot of teams would be interested. There's a team down the street in Vancouver that would love to have a guy like Zadorov patrolling the blue line. That would be absolutely the dream. That would revamp that defense, and then watch them up against Vegas if they had a Zadorov type defenseman in their lineup. I don't think Sakic's going to let him go.
Okay.
So Buffalo is still leading by 1 point in the third quarter.
Can the Besser trade rumors please stop?
They'll stop at the start of next season.
Besser and Laine. That's all I
It's not a coincidence they're Canadian teams that we're hearing the most rumors about. It's not a coincidence because that's what draws the most clicks. That's what draws the most attention. And then the actual trades we see are usually not involving players that we're hearing trade rumors about. It's weird. It's like the rumors don't mean much.
How do you pick a cat breed? If you were to get a dog, what's your favorite dog breed? Mine's a Border Collie.
Border Collies are so smart. They're such nice dogs. We always had Shelties when I was growing up. Shelties are very nice dogs, friendly dogs. They're smart and they're good. They're good herders. Shelties are funny because they'll get mad at the cat and they'll herd it into a corner, which makes cats really angry when they figure out they've been herded. But yeah, dogs are funny. We had a Sheltie and I would play with her and she'd herd me in the yard. Mm-hmm. She'd bark and growl at me and get me into a corner in the yard. And then I did that. I got you in the corner. There you go. Cats. I'm not a huge breed person when it comes to cats. I mean, we have 4 different kinds. The one thing I have said, I even did a video about it on this channel,
depends on what kitty finds you.
People will avoid buying black cats or getting black cats because they think they're bad luck. After having Shadow and realizing part of the reason I have Shadow is because everybody wanted Bear. Nobody wanted Shadow. So my coworker who was giving away the cats wanted them to go together because they've been through a near-death experience together. So I was the only one willing to take both because I was the only one that wanted the black cat. I decided from that point going forward that I will always adopt a black cat. If I'm in a position where I'm adopting a cat, I will take the black cat because other people don't like black cats. Yeah, that is true. He's the sweetest, dumbest cat I've ever had.
He is kind of dippy.
He is so sweet and so dumb.
He's pretty dippy.
He genuinely, I have figured out over the last few weeks, he's genuinely trying to play with Pixel, who hates his guts.
Yes.
He genuinely thinks if I play with her long enough, she'll stop hating me. Which
if I jump at her from this really high spot, she'll think it's funny.
he is just playing.
If I
He is
hide
just
behind
playing.
here and smack her as she walks
He
by,
is just playing. He thinks it's
she'll
hilarious.
think this is so
and she
funny.
gets so mad. She hates him so much. But I will only get black cats going forward because other people don't get black cats.
And for dogs, we always grew up with mutts. So I don't generally...
Mutts are good dogs.
I don't generally do the breed thing. I think...
The thing is, there's no longer a mutt. Have you noticed that? Now, crossbreeds, they've got a name for every kind of crossbred dog. So they can charge you $300 a puppy. And you look at it and you go, that's a mutt. You can't just say it's crossbreed and then go, oh, this $400. No, you can't have papers for it. It used to be if a dog had papers, it'd be $300 for a puppy. And you go, well, yeah, you can use it for breeding. Now these crossbred dogs, they're not.
I think the whole idea is weird.
It is bizarre.
You go to where, like, the shelter or whatever, and you see what dog finds you.
The ugliest mop-headed looking dog is usually the most wonderful puppy you've ever had.
I don't understand.
They know that they're ugly and they need to be nice or humans will abandon them. And so they understand. And they're absolutely great.
Why do people like cats? Because they're cute. And
follow the THG Cats account on Instagram. That'll tell you.
They're cute. They definitely love us.
Bear is very
loving.
Very loving at night.
At night, yeah. When we're in bed.
Shadow is less so during the night, but during the day he's very affectionate. He's
but they're not clingy. A ton of work like dogs are. They don't require as much attention and space.
My cats are clingy. I know Pixel and Lilybell are less clingy. But Bear and Shadow are very
sure like to be
clingy
right beside me. I mean, look upstairs, Lilybell. What are you touching? Are you touching this? Okay, let me lay on it.
Yeah.
You want this book? Let me lay on it. Here, pet me. This is where your attention is.
But when Bear can't see me, she cries.
Yes.
So if Bear wakes up and I'm not in the room, she cries.
It's kind of funny.
It's kind of like having a dog that way.
But we don't have to take him on walks.
Right. I mean, I've had a dog. We had a Sheltie that when we would leave the house, he would sit on the couch and howl. He'd throw his head back and howl because he was all alone.
Yeah.
And then we'd come in and we'd say, "You weren't on the couch, were you?" And he'd just look down. And then he'd kind of wag his tail like I wasn't on the couch. And you'd see just dog fur right in the middle of the couch. And it was warm. And we'd be like, "Cameron, it seems warm here. Why is it so warm here?" And he'd just look down. And he'd wag his tail a little bit like I wasn't there. That wasn't me. He would not get on the couch when we were home. But we would leave and he would jump on the couch right away. They're gone. I'm on the couch. They'll never know.
Any of your cats howlers? No. Most black cats I've met do. No.
The only cat I've had that was a real howler. Oh, the other black cat I had, Midnight. Holy crap. The one time that she had a cat corner her on our deck, she let out the most gut-wrenching howl I've ever heard. I've never heard a cat growl like that. And it just sent chills down my spine. I picked her up and I said, "You're an evil kitty, aren't you?"
No, Shadow sounds like a kitten. It is the funniest thing. Of the 4 cats, he is the biggest.
Even when he used to fight with the neighbor cat.
Tiny, he's the biggest one, but it is so
He'd be
funny.
fighting with the neighbor cat, and the neighbor cat would be all like growling and snarling and hissing and all big, and he just mew.
It's funny. And then Bear meows the most. She like talks to us like constantly. And then the other 2 girls, they don't meow at all, really. Every once in a while, Pixel does her little
I've got Pixel doing the pert noise every time I say hi to her now.
It. Yeah, Lilybell doesn't make noise at all except for hissing at Shadow.
And me.
Yeah, her growling.
I'm the harbinger of Shadow.
That's like it, though.
She figures if she sees me, Shadow's not far behind, so she growls at me.
Yeah.
And she'll look around me like he's coming, isn't he?
I know he's coming. I hate him. Gonna make sure he knows how much I hate him.
And she's usually right. He's usually right behind me.
And he just
comes right over and gets right up in her face.
Jumping
like,
over
hi.
her. You're not gonna do anything. Yeah. It's kind of funny. What's your favorite GT sports car?
I've become a big fan of the Ford GT over the last couple of weeks. The Ford GT is an N800 rated car, and I can consistently beat N1000s and if I get a clean race and I beat N1000s, that's 90% extra points and 90% extra experience points. That is a fantastic amount. That makes me an impressive driver and you a lucky woman. So I'm just saying that. I'm just throwing that out there. You're a lucky woman.
I feel super lucky.
Because with an N800,
Okay.
I can win races.
Could we see an all-Florida World Series?
The Marlins don't lose in the postseason. I'm not sure what it is. They're either garbage or they can't be stopped. They're sort of like the Carolina Hurricanes of baseball. I mean, anything's possible. I really am going to be cheering for the Rays against the Yankees because I can't cheer for the Yankees if I'm going to be a good person.
Who's your favorite Batman TV series villain?
Batman TV series villains. That'd be the old 60s. It's hard to go against Cesar Romero as the Joker. He was although I would say Catwoman, but which one? Because there was a different actress playing Catwoman seemingly in every episode. The Lee Merriweather Catwoman, I guess.
I just realized Yvonne's wearing a Rainbow Bright sweater.
Yes, she is.
It's awesome too.
Straight off the Magic School Bus. What?
See, I'm never gonna hear the end of that now.
What, that you're riding the Magic School Bus every time you wear that?
Dork.
Or I'll put it on and say, hey, do you want to ride the Magic School Bus?
You would too. See, you guys think he's joking, but that's the kind of thing Shannon would do. No. See, this is where I have to watch what I say on live
streams. Yeah, you do.
Because
I know exactly what you're thinking of.
Oh, Shannon. Okay.
One of those things like, oh, he won't. Oh, my God, he did. Oh, my God. I have never heard you laugh like that in my entire life. You've never laughed that loud or that long. You were gone. God. That was the funniest thing. I'm going to go do it now.
No. No, there's people. Okay. All right. Mark Hamill as the Joker was fantastic.
Yes. Mark Hamill owns that role. That's why I was glad to see him as the trickster on The Flash, because absolutely just his episodes were so well done, and Trickster comes across very, very much like Joker, so very entertaining.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Well, Burrow.
Do you like the Steelers more than the Penguins?
Yes. Oh yeah. No, that's not close. The Steelers, I can stomach the Steelers. I cheer for the Bengals, but I don't hate the Steelers. I know I'm supposed to, but I don't. The Penguins, I can't cheer for the Penguins. I just can't. I can't. I can try. I can lie and say I cheered for the Penguins, but then I feel bad inside, and it makes me feel like a horrible person. So I can't. But the Steelers, I can. The Steelers, I legit don't mind the Steelers.
What do you think about the new Flash movie having both Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton playing separate Batmans?
I think that can work. And now there's rumors about whether or not there could be multiple Spider-Men in the next Spider-Man movie. With the idea that if Electro comes in, then you might end up with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in there as well, and some kind of multiverse thing. I think the multiverse angle, if it's done right, it can be fantastic. I have more faith in it with Marvel than with DC, but I really have needed to see Michael Keaton as Batman again. He is the best at Batman.
If all of Canada had to vote for Quebec independence, do we have more of a chance?
No. No, I think most Canadians would vote for Quebec to stay.
Yeah. I don't know anybody that wants Quebec to leave.
No.
During the last time they did the vote, I know most people were quite worried about it. Even over here, we're quite distanced from Quebec. I don't know anybody
I remember there was a lot of anger over Quebec trying to separate, but I don't think there's any kind of...
But I don't know anybody that actually wanted them to separate. Just people think that they're a bunch of pricks. But that's totally different.
Yeah.
Will you live stream the BC election? That'd be boring.
Oh my God. Our elections are so boring.
That'd be real boring.
It'd be 4 hours.
Anybody would find that interesting.
It'd be 4 hours of, well, we think this party's in charge. Oh, look at that. It's another minority government. Well, good night, everybody.
Yeah, that would be really boring.
Yeah.
No, least favorite Batman TV series villain.
Least favorite? Oh, they had so many filler villains.
Yeah.
There are some villains on Batman that just they're lousy. I can't think of anyone in particular, but there were plenty of episodes of Batman where you're like, did they make this one up that he's not actually in comics and they just needed a villain this week? There are some bad ones.
No, we're not talking about the American. Nope.
No.
What game are you watching?
I'm watching the Vegas Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. It's on commercial right now, so I'm going to go over to Indianapolis and Chicago. Nothing going on there.
Favorite Tool song?
Schism.
Probably Enema.
That's just because
depends on the day. I like a lot of them.
Yeah, well, you're right when it's Schism. That is the best one.
Dork. 13-3 Colts.
Was the last time I looked, yep. Yeah, Chicago just it's the same story that Chicago's had over parts of their history. Trouble scoring, great defense.
Learned some. The other day, I was listening to Tool, and my kids asked me what that song was about. Because every once in a while, they ask me what songs are about. And when they ask me what songs are about when it's Tool, sometimes it's really challenging. Because sometimes I can give a decent explanation, and sometimes I don't know. I looked it up once, and I still don't get it.
What about Hooker with a Penis?
The song's that's easy to explain.
Okay.
That's a fun song too. I do really like that song. 46-2, not really easy to I get kind of the basics of it, but it's complicated. So that's when you're like, smart sciencey stuff going into
46-2, isn't that one of those geometry things?
It's about astronomy, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I looked it up.
Yeah.
It has to do with the alignment of things. Right. Oh, I only kind of remember. Yeah.
Well,
it's
I don't know how straight and sober they are when they write these songs. So
right.
We may need some kind of
and
artificial
I feel really
mindset
stupid
in order to really
this
understand it.
This is
it might be one of those songs you have to be artificially induced in order to really understand what's going on.
Probably have a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
I totally get this song now. Okay. Any chance Athletics leave Oakland?
I don't think so. The big question mark with baseball and any team moving and really throughout any sports is where will the team go? So where will the team go? Does it make sense for the team to go there? Does it sound like ownership would make that move? Or and that's where moves very often start to kind of fall apart. I can't see them moving.
Should the MLB go to Vegas?
Yes. The only problem is I don't know how you play baseball in the middle of the summer. It is so crazy hot in the city of Vegas.
It is.
I'm even surprised they have a football team there, to be honest. But, football, I can kind of get it. I guess you could play night games. You could play them later. But even at night in Vegas, it's stinking hot.
What's your second favorite sport after hockey?
NFL football.
No.
For me, it'd be the NFL.
He's wrong.
No, it's my favorite. Can't be wrong about my favorite.
You can, no.
Can't.
He's wrong.
It's not a thing.
Favorite sports movie?
Sports movie? I would say now it's Moneyball. Moneyball is probably my favorite sports movie. I'm aware it's not 100% accurate. I'm aware of the parts that they changed. It drives me nuts when they're showing things that happen in the wrong order. But that's to build dramatic tension. That's because it's a Hollywood movie. Right. And if they showed it in the order that it actually happened, it takes a lot of the tension out of it. Because at no point that year was Billy Bean's job in trouble.
Favorite bat trap? Oh, for Batman?
Oh, there are so many that are ridiculous.
They are.
The shark repellent is one of my favorites.
I remember them being ridiculous.
Because there's no way he'd get out of a trap, and then it would just be, oh, he got out with this. What? And it would always be off camera, or they didn't hit. They managed to arrest somebody through some weird thing that doesn't exist.
Curling is the second best sport behind hockey. I do really like watching curling. Yeah, I do.
I don't know if curling's going to happen this year.
That would be sad. I do really like curling, though. Why isn't lacrosse more popular? Lacrosse is pretty darn popular.
Lacrosse is popular in Canada, but I don't, for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to draw much of a TV audience.
No, but it's a really common one to play. Yeah. There's all the lacrosse fields. Yeah. A lot of the little outdoor hockey fields are also lacrosse fields. There are a lot of players. There's a lot of players that reach the NHL that say that a lot of their puck handling skills started with lacrosse. Yeah, there's a lot of lacrosse for the school teams. Yeah. Have you been to a Vancouver Warriors game?
Nope. That's the lacrosse team. Their jerseys are on sale for half price right now on the Van Base website as well. Usually $200, they're $100. It's still too high for me. I don't watch lacrosse, so for me to spend $100 on a Vancouver Warriors jersey wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
What was the first Super Bowl you remember?
Washington, Miami. Washington versus Miami. That was the first one that I watched. And from then on, it was just
Super Bowl
NFC.
Part. I used to watch the halftime shows. I remember Michael Jackson doing the halftime show. Yeah, I remember the Michael Jackson halftime show.
Madonna did one too, I think.
I don't know. I remember we'd watch the halftime shows. We never watched football. First football game, I remember the Seattle one. Threw the
whole thing into
because
chaos.
I was at my ex-husband's family.
I can't believe that this show that
fans,
features guys trying to kill each other and guys with their butts hanging out. I can't believe that a woman's boob fell out. That's so offensive to me. I like my blood and violence in guys' butts.
And having watched it, I didn't even see it.
Nobody did. Nobody did at the time.
Even see it.
And then somebody freeze framed it somewhere and they sent it to everybody else. Nobody saw it in real time. Nobody cared.
People are a bunch of whiners.
And then we learned we had to be offended later.
Oh my gosh, a boob!
There's nothing I love more than, did you see this in the game? No. Well, if you freeze frame this, turn around. Right. Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. Yeah. That's why I like doing my reviews for hockey without seeing any of the highlights. So then people get all mad at me like, I can't believe you didn't talk about this play. What play? Oh, well, all right. Well, at full speed, nobody cared. Well, it's been all over Twitter. Yeah, I don't care. No, nobody who watched the game full speed cares.
Have you watched Married with Children?
I've got an Al Bundy Funko Pop. I may or may not have been one of the 65 million males that had a crush on Christina Applegate back in the late 80s, because I think all males did. I think that was required.
I'm sure there were plenty of women as well.
There were likely, yeah.
I don't think it's a whole male thing.
I still can't do the Bundy bounce. I don't think she does that anymore. I think if I ask...
She's probably smack you if you ask.
If I met Christina Applegate, just remind me if I ever meet her to ask her to do the Bundy bounce.
She'll smack you. I give her full permission. I bet she hates that. Yeah, I can't even... Oh, that would be awful. Okay.
It's
do you trade Laine for Suzuki straight up?
I don't understand why Montreal would do that deal. Suzuki's going to be one of the best two-way centers in the National Hockey League. Yeah, there's no way Montreal makes that deal. And I love Laine, but that just doesn't work. That's one of those where you'll sit with NHL 20 and go, well, the game let it happen, but I can't see it happening in reality.
Baseball in Vegas would have to be a dome stadium.
Yes. Yeah, it's too hot for baseball. Football's tough enough, but at least football's later in the year where it starts to cool down. Baseball's during the heat of the summer. It's just, it's too hot.
Will Cody Glass be removed in the lineup next season for Vegas?
Yes. Yeah. I would think Glass will be in the lineup next year. I think they'll try to find a way to get Haig in the lineup regularly next year as well. I think Vegas is in good shape for next year. It'll be interesting to see how things go as their core ages and whether or not those young kids are going to be able to carry that mantle.
Have you listened to any of the new Marilyn Manson songs that have recently come out?
Yes.
I've only heard 2 of them. I was just talking in the Patreon one this morning that I haven't listened to the album. I need to do that. I really liked his last album that came out, and I feel like it had just come out, but apparently it was last year. But I know it was before the apocalypse because I actually bought it at the actual record store.
Right.
So it had to have been a while ago, but I did really like his last album. So his new one's probably pretty good. What I've heard of it so far is fun.
The studio artist of Marilyn Manson is good. It's
the concert version of Marilyn Manson is severely disappointing.
No, he
that was very disappointing.
Yeah, that was a disappointing experience. I was too. I really was.
Yeah, that was disappointing. Anyways, how many goals do you think Jake Gensel? Oh, well, score.
Gensel's a 40 goal scorer if he's healthy. Gensel's a 40 goal scorer easy if he's healthy.
My tea's almost gone. That's sad. Okay. Did you play Mega Man games? Which one was the best one?
Mega Man X. Mega Man X was the best one.
I don't know anything about that.
You don't?
No.
You played Mega Man.
No.
Oh, Markstrom is an 88 in the new NHL 21.
What Mega Man is.
Wow.
Does Brandon Peary work out in the Blackhawks for his second go with the Hawks?
Peary's probably going to be in the AHL. So one thing that I hadn't thought of at the time that somebody pointed out in the comments is that the Chicago Wolves had been the AHL affiliate for the Vegas Golden Knights, and now their affiliation's changing, and of course it's going to be the Henderson Silver Knights. And for Peary, they moved him to Chicago so that because he's got ties there, his family's there, and that way he can be in Chicago.
What would Tampa get back for Stamkos?
For Stamkos, you'd have to get, you would think, a top-notch prospect and at least a first rounder or two. And then you get that $8.5 million in cap space so that you're able to re-sign Sergachev and Cirelli without any trouble. I don't know that Tampa would want to do it. It might be a smart move if they did, but with his name and his status, I don't know that they can do it.
I don't want Laine leaving Winnipeg. Agreed. Shannon agrees too. Okay. Do you do fantasy hockey teams?
Nope.
Not enough hours in the day.
Nope, there really isn't.
Where would you rank Bare Naked Ladies among Canadian bands?
They'd be up there. I don't know. They get overplayed.
Yeah, I was going to say they were super overplayed.
Really overplayed. And their songs were okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's that song, The Old Apartment, that got played so much.
Yeah, they were really overplayed, and I had too many friends that really, really liked them.
And I liked 1 week,
and they were
but oh my God. Like, it got played like every 2 seconds.
Sure seemed like that.
It's like, that was 1 week from the Bare Naked Ladies. Up next, 1 week by the Bare Naked Ladies. It's just, I don't get it.
Where do you think the Sens will be in the standings?
The Sens, they'll probably still be near the bottom of their division. I think Detroit will probably still probably be worse. But with the draft having picks 3 and 5, and then with money going into free agency, maybe they make big improvements. I know they're looking to get closer to the playoffs next year than they were this year. So we'll see what Pierre Dorian does and what kind of leeway he has from Eugene Melnyk in terms of spending money to try to make the team better right now.
What record do you think the New York Giants finish with this year?
4-12. I'll say 4-12.
Most promising California team in the NHL?
Kings. I like the Kings young core, and I think their youngsters are the most ready to take things over. The Sharks seem to be just in this holding pattern, may very well find themselves out of the playoffs for a bit, but the Kings, I think, are in good shape.
Will the Raiders win 7 games?
Oh, the Raiders should win more than that. They're 2-1 coming into this week. They're having a very good game against the Bills. I would think that anything less than 8-8 for the Raiders would be a disappointment.
Did you hear anything about the Sabres kicking tires on Palmieri?
No. Nope. And again, I just restrict where I'm looking for any kind of news on hockey to the legitimate, as I would call it, the legitimate media sites and Twitter accounts. And I stay out of all the speculative stuff, because the speculative stuff is just click on this, and what we're hearing and our sources say, and we're hearing this. And it's just, a lot of it's just
obnoxious.
It's just ridiculous.
It's obnoxious.
It gets
Have you been to Saskatchewan?
I lived in Saskatchewan. We lived in, my family lived in Regina for about a year and a half, I want to say.
Why are you throwing my tea?
I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
I think we were in Regina for a year and a half.
Startled me.
It was a year and a half or 2 years we were in Regina. My dad was in the military, so we lived on the base there. That was when Queen Elizabeth came through. And then we moved out to Chilliwack. But yeah, I lived in Saskatchewan. There's nothing there. You drive to Moose Jaw, you watch some jets fly over, and you drive back to Regina, and then you move away. That's what I remember. Yeah, go to the Moose Jaw for the air show. Air shows are great in the prairie because
you can see them. Yeah,
it goes for a while, but
yeah, here it's harder to see the air shows because we have trees and hills.
Yeah, because there's stuff here.
Yeah,
there's nothing in Saskatchewan.
Have you been to Toronto? Nope.
I haven't. Family lived in Petawawa, nowhere near Toronto.
Can Shannon cook? Yep.
I can.
He can. Doesn't mean he does.
I did it every day for years. I've reached that age where I'm like, okay, enough of that crap. We missed from there.
Shannon can cook. He does not cook very often.
Yeah. I know how, though.
Yeah.
I can watch cooking shows. So that's something.
We do watch cooking shows.
Yeah, we're out of Nailed It now.
Which is sad.
We've watched all the Nailed It episodes.
That's sad. I really want to watch the Great British Baking Show. Yep. I really want to watch that one. I need to find how we can watch that because I really like the Canadian one. Canadian team with the brightest future.
Oh, brightest future.
It's a huge spider. Holy crap. Look at that right out the window.
Yeah, that's the one I was telling you, but that's the one I took the picture of.
That is huge.
That's the one I said I was going to bring in the house.
Because the bee just is huge. Look at it. It's wrapping up the bee.
I know.
It's so big. Has to be like the size of a quarter. It's one of those huge orb weavers and it's right outside the window.
Yeah.
Show it. I don't know that I could do that on the camera. I could take a picture.
It won't show up on.
So where's my? Okay, I'll try and take a picture on my phone. Because I took a picture of it and it
definitely didn't scare you the way that I thought it would.
But picture on my phone. Okay, I'll try and take. It's huge and it's wrapping up a bee.
Canadian team with the brightest future. I would be biased to say the Canucks, but it's probably the Canucks. When you've got Pettersson, you've got Hughes, you've got Demko.
Because there's a screen window.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it took a really nice picture of the screen.
Why don't you go out and take a picture of it? Get up nice and close.
It's like it has to be at least twice as big as that bee. Don't you think? Like the body of it, not even with the legs, the body. And it's wrapping up a bee. I wish I could take a picture.
See, I saw that one not too long ago. I got a funny feeling it's pregnant. I think there's going to be an egg sac out there soon.
Oh.
What?
Oh my gosh, it's so big.
Yeah, it's a spider.
But it's a huge spider.
Yeah. Spiders are fun, though.
Yeah, they're having a big get-together.
I like spiders. Spiders are fine. Yeah, I remember Buddy, too. I don't know what happened to him. But I don't like bugs, so I like spiders. There's nothing wrong with a spider.
It's huge.
See, she says it's huge, but
it's wrapping up
comparatively speaking to spiders that exist in other parts of the world, it's small. It is small.
Okay.
Not much of a dream weaver either.
It's not a dream weaver. It's an orb weaver.
It's a good song.
See, I know spiders. Okay. Oh, let's see. Too many
really?
people
You're going to play the video?
No. You can't see that very well. It's huge. See? That's the spider. It's huge.
Spiders are
scary and nope. I know, right? And it's
Are you
huge.
expecting somebody?
Like the body. No, it's all the people going to our
No,
neighbor's
somebody's
house.
coming up to our house.
I don't see any people at all. Oh, okay. Apparently
there you go.
yes. Hold on. I'm not.
No, I wouldn't. I won't kill it. Because it's friendly. It's outside, and it just took care of a bee. And it's got something else in its web that it's taking care of. So it's right outside the window. So it can be the catcher for all the bugs and stuff that are trying to get in our house. So I'm fine with that. How many will the Eagles win? 7? I don't know how many wins any team in the NFL or NFL NFC East are going to get. I really don't. The NFC East is going to be a disaster again this year. I've talked a long time about how I think it's too easy for teams in certain divisions to make the playoffs, which is frustrating to me, but I don't think they're going to change it. It's been that way for a long time. I told you somebody's coming up to our door.
Apparently. What did you... What? Australian spiders? I'm probably sure they're
almost everything in
spiders.
Australia, everything's trying to kill you. That's how Australia works.
True.
Everything in Australia is trying to kill you.
True.
And the prettier, the friendlier they look, the more likely they are to try to kill you. That's just the way Australia works. It's a continent that does not want human beings there, and we just haven't learned yet.
It's a really big spider out there.
Yeah, it's been out there for a
week.
We don't
have venomous
snakes. Look, he's going up.
It's great. Things aren't poisonous here.
See?
It's fantastic. That thing that's a big spider. If that was inside, they're bleach.
No. There's nothing wrong with him.
Because he's outside.
He's nice.
That would be terrifying inside. No, luckily we don't really have poisonous stuff here, so.
They do in the Okanagan. They have black widows.
We don't have to worry about scorpions. Nope, I've never seen a scorpion.
No, scorpions, you don't mess with scorpions. I don't.
I know. We have a lot of things we don't have. We don't have cockroaches here either.
Ugh, no, not the ugly ones.
We have them. I've seen them at the zoo, so.
Yeah, no, we don't have the cockroaches here. No,
thank goodness.
No, they're gross.
No, okay. Yeah, they had murder hornets up here too. They were spotted.
They're in California now, aren't they?
I don't know. I haven't
heard
anything about the murder hornets for a while, but they were up here.
Yeah.
What is my most disliked hockey team? People get mad.
Especially people in Nashville.
People. I don't know why. People get mad. Does Gary Bettman sign your checks? Do people use checks?
I haven't had a check in.
What was it I had to go to? And they asked for a check. I'm like, wait, who has a check?
When was the last time that I actually got a check from somebody paying me for something?
I get checks from my ex-husband, and I think it's the weirdest thing ever. That's how he pays his child support, is with a check, and I think it's so bizarre. That's not how you're supposed to pay.
No, he figures it's a paper trail.
You can do it all online.
I know.
It's a paper trail that way. You don't have to worry about it getting lost or not wrote out properly, or it's weird. Should the NHL go back to white jerseys at home?
I've advocated for it for a while, but since most of the jerseys that are your thirds and your big sellers are the dark jerseys.
Now.
Yeah. He's building out his web, that's all. But yeah, because of jersey sales and the fact that the dark colored jerseys are the ones that sell better, I think that's a big part of the reason why the home team jerseys are the dark ones.
I wish they could just not do the whole white for away and color for at home. Just do whatever colors, because that would be really cool if you had two teams wearing their colored jerseys when it works. I mean, it wouldn't work all the time. Like,
well, John Gruden didn't like that penalty.
And the Lightning, of course, but one of them could be white and one be blue in that situation. But a lot of times teams could both wear their colors and it would look really cool. So
Toronto,
kind of like those outdoor games. A lot of times they're both wearing colors and it looks really nice. And so I wish they would do that. Yeah, direct deposit or e-transfers. E-transfers are great.
Perfect.
So checks are silly. You just use an e-transfer. Done.
I've tried to explain those to my mother. She doesn't understand them.
So yeah, e-transfers are fantastic. Like Girl Guides, you get the cookies. Can I just send you an e-transfer? That way you don't have to carry money. If nobody has checks anyway, it's just
anytime I buy anything online.
Yeah, you just do e-transfer.
Yeah.
Perfect. Leafs have a different blue than Lightning, but you can't have similar.
Not that different.
On TV. No, you need it to be two colors that are easily identifiable as different. It's like, do you remember in school playing when people would have the pennies on, and if there was somebody that had a shirt that was similar colored to the penny, it made it difficult because you would pass to them just because you just see the color in your peripheral, and then you'd be like, oh, crap, why? Yeah. What the heck is an e-transfer?
They have Venmo in the States.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know the difference between Venmo and e-transfer.
I know you guys have Venmo, but I don't know what it is. I just know it's not available.
E-transfer means that I'm sending money to her bank account.
Directly from the bank
from my bank account to her bank.
And all you need is either their phone number or their email address.
Yep.
And that's it. So if you're buying something on like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or whatever, you can just send them an e-transfer. But PayPal has fees. E-transfers don't have fees because it's just sending it to the bank.
Oh, turnover. Bills get the ball.
What is the fabric of that sweater, Yvonne? It's okay. So you have to back up again.
So a fumble and a turnover.
It's Rainbow Bright. And I put stars. There's sparkly stars. So it looks like Rainbow Bright. So I'm a dork. Yeah, everyone e-transfers in Canada. Yes, yep. E-transfer is great. No, it's not like PayPal because then there's not the middleman. It just goes
third-party site
from a bank to a bank.
Yeah. So I log into my banking site. I log into my banking site and I go transfers, send money, asks for the email address, the name of the person I'm sending to. Then there's a secret question or secret answer, depending on whether or not they automatically deposit it into their account.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just put in how much money you're sending them, and then they accept it on their end, and it just automatically goes.
Yeah, it just goes right to the bank. So
there's no middleman. There's no fees. Yeah. It just goes directly from my account to theirs.
I know there's Venmo in the States, but I have no idea how that works. Or
and we don't have Venmo here because we have e-transfers.
We do not have tarantulas here. No.
Thankfully, no.
We have that big herkin spider right outside our window. That's it.
Oh, it's fine.
Not a tarantula. It's an orb weaver, and it's huge.
It's fine.
Huge.
I'll go let him in. He looks cold.
Then
all the babies get in. See, and then Bear has something to play with. Like she was playing with that spider last night.
That was really funny. She found a spider. Cute. It was up like on the ceiling. And they have the cat tree, and it's closer to where the ceiling is in that room. And she was doing it. And it started like going down the wall, and she's like going upside down looking at it. It was really funny. Yeah,
and it just kept dropping. So she kept trying to tap at it, and then her head's going over and over. And eventually she's completely upside down, straining her neck, looking at it. And then she goes back up to the top as if it's just going to go right back up because it's a toy.
She was waiting for it to go back.
Okay, it's going to go back right here, and it never came back.
That was the safe spot.
Yeah.
So in Eastern Washington, we have brown recluse and apparently black widows.
You were talking about brown recluse, weren't you?
We do have brown recluse here, but they're not common. Those are the only poisonous spiders we have other than black house spiders. And black widows they have in Kelowna and Okanagan there. So on the other side of the mountains. Is e-transfer bank service or is it third party? It's just through the bank.
Just through the banks.
It's similar to like if you transferred money between your own accounts.
It's like a digital check. But if I had to try to think of a way to do it, you don't have a third party.
Sending it from your bank to their bank.
I log into my bank and I just tell them I want to send money to this email address, and they go, okay. And that money's gone into my account.
It's in your
touchdown.
online banking.
All right, Buffalo's putting this one away.
Are there any Adidas away jerseys that you are missing?
St. Louis and Buffalo, although technically Buffalo is changing theirs anyways. St. Louis, the cheapest I can find one for the Blues in a white is like over $200 Canadian once you factor in shipping. It gets very expensive very quickly. So I'm hoping that maybe Ben gets some, but I'm not holding my breath on that one.
Lars put the Wikipedia of e-transfer. There you go.
Yeah. That game is getting away from Vegas.
How hard does this loss affect the Raiders' season?
Well, I mean, at least they're playing a good team. Like this puts the Bills at 4-0. But I mean, it's not like the Raiders aren't playing well. It's not like Carr has seen his streak without an interception go by the wayside. Vegas is still in good shape. I don't know that they're necessarily a playoff team, but I still think they probably end up in the 8-8, 9-7 region.
125 US dollars. That's where I got mine from. I wasn't listening to what you were talking about, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, the St. Louis jersey.
Okay.
That's if it's about Sports K no longer has anything in my size. They sold quickly. And at the time that they got them in, I had already gone through my jersey budget for that month. And it's...
Sports K has blue away jerseys, I think. See, it's tricky. We have to find things in his size. And
now the only thing they have left is a 60, which is a little big for me.
That would be a lot big.
A little big.
That would not work well. And then when you factor in the
Sports
American
K does
dollar,
$40 shipping.
Canadian dollar.
$40 American for shipping.
American?
Yeah.
That's $50.
Yeah.
40 American is 50 in Canadian. And add that to the exchange rate on the jersey. And then
it's $200.
Since it's over $100, we have to pay customs, which is 30% of the price that they list. Yeah. So for $100, that's another $30 we got to pay when it gets there. So
Sports K was great when I was getting it shipped to our U.S. post office, but getting shipped to Canada, it's so expensive.
It's hard to order anything from the States right now. It's really, really expensive with the exchange rate and shipping and duty.
Even through NHL itself, they don't do free shipping to Canada right now. Even though it'll say free shipping to Canada, none of the codes work for me.
Everywhere has upped their shipping recently.
It's just become so expensive.
Yeah, it says shipping in the U.S. is $2. Uh-huh.
It is.
Yeah.
Inside the U.S., it's $2. Mm-hmm. And then in Canada, $40.
Yep.
So
that's how most places are. Or it'll say that there's some, free shipping. That doesn't count Canada.
Even eBay, a lot of sellers will be free shipping. And then I click on it, it's $35 to ship. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind.
It is crazy expensive right now. It's stupid. Who do you dislike the most in the NHL?
I don't know that there's anybody I dislike the most in the NHL. I mean, it depends on the day. All time, it'd be Alf Samuelsson, because that's an easy one, because he helped to end the career of Cam Neely. But no, I can't say there's anyone in particular.
I hope you keep each other. I'm totally keeping Shannon.
So
shut it.
No, I mean, let's be realistic on
whatever.
This. So
at
the time we got together, we bought low. Now we both appreciated and valued. Now hear me out on this. I'm just saying that we bought low, and then we both appreciated and value since then.
We're both older, so that's not how it works.
So
anyways,
the Impala is older than a brand new flipping smart car, but I'd rather have an Impala. You're like an Impala
to get Canucks jerseys.
Oh, I mean, Cool Hockey has that 30% off, but most of the sizes are sold out because they're selling out their old stock to wait for the new stock. Canuck jerseys. I mean, I've got them through the Canuck store, but they're expensive. I'm trying to think of where I've got most of
Do I
mine.
have any more tea left?
There's a lot through ice jerseys. They went under.
What year and Paula are you going to make it into a lowrider? Lowriders are silly. Speed bumps.
You're silly. I'm totally turning
Speed
our van
bumps.
into a lowrider.
No, you're not.
I'm totally going to do that. I'm going to trip it out. I'm going to pimp our ride.
Trip it out?
Yeah, I'm going to trip it out. I'm going to
Trip it out.
I'm going to pimp our ride. I'm going to get some underglow lights going on. I'm going to get like some sweet shag carpeting.
I do
for the
need
inside
another
of the
cup
van.
of tea. I'm pretty sure it's empty
We're gonna
now.
we're gonna get you a cool hat to wear while you're driving your pimped out van. We're gonna have like lights all the way around all the windows.
That doesn't sound very legal.
We're gonna have. It's not about legality. And we're gonna put flames on the side of the van too. So flames on the side of the van. We'll have it painted all black, and the flames will be like this bright red and orange. And
lowriders aren't silly. They're not practical.
And then we'll have it too, so that the hydraulics, you're gonna have the total. You're gonna be able to bounce that van down the highway.
Why I drive
it's
a
just gonna be
minivan.
great. It's gonna be great. I think pimping out the minivan is a great idea. And then we'll go by Dodge and say we were allowed to do this, right? And Dodge will just give us a dirty look.
Yeah.
This is okay that we did this, right?
Yvonne's favorite duck jersey? No.
That would be this one here.
He's going to pick something ugly, isn't he? Oh, yep. That's the one
that's your favorite. So when we get married, this is Yvonne's jersey right here. This is her wedding jersey. And it loves her as much as she loves it. See, it's a match made in heaven right there. That's her favorite jersey.
It's really, really not.
It's my favorite. I love this jersey. I think it's fantastic.
I know you do.
I mean, it's not the bright orange. It's not like the Oilers and the Flyers orange.
Construction orange.
Right. This is a fantastic orange. This is fun orange.
Fun orange. No.
Yes, it is though. Wow, 16-3. So Chicago still can't score, but at least they were 3-0 coming into this week, so they'll drop to 3-1. So it's not the end of the world or anything. But they're gonna have to figure this out. I don't love
orange. It's not my favorite. And there are way too many orange jerseys. Way too many orange. So much orange and marigold. I don't understand why. It's paprika. It's a shade of orange and no. Favorite fruit?
Strawberries.
I do really like strawberries. I'd say probably raspberries. Raspberries are great.
Raspberries are a whore fruit. I don't know why.
What?
They're a whore fruit.
What?
They are though. So I wouldn't pick raspberries personally. I would pick strawberries.
You're such a dork. Okay.
Peaches are pretty good too though.
Peaches are great.
Millions of peaches.
Peaches for free.
Millions of peaches.
Shannon, you look skinnier. I know.
Then, because see, that sounds like it's a setup. Okay, get your hands out of there. Okay, that's enough. All right, then. She does this too, where I'll say, I got a new jersey. And she goes, oh, I love your jersey. And she's groping legs. I'm like, jersey's not down there.
I'm admiring the jersey.
You're not.
You want me to admire your jersey, and then you get all annoyed that I'm admiring your jersey.
You're taking advantage. I don't appreciate it.
Whatever, you do. He appreciates it.
Really? Now you're saying, oh, you're...
No, don't restart that.
Wow. All right, then. Keep that in mind.
Shadow. Okay. What do you think of Jan?
Yeah, moving to the country. Gonna eat me a ton of peaches.
No. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun song.
It is.
And peaches are really good.
Yes.
They're great. But best British TV show.
Fawlty Towers.
Fawlty Towers is probably.
I don't know that there's another one close.
That Faulty Towers is fantastic.
Faulty Towers.
It's so funny.
And then, you know, obviously Doctor Who would be amongst my favorites, but Faulty Towers, it just
so funny.
The
Every
quality,
single episode.
It's just so good.
It's great.
Basil is such a horrible individual, such a horrible human being, and yet there's so many lines that he used in that show I still use to this day.
True.
Anytime that Adelaide's getting ready to go somewhere, I say, "You got everything? Knuckle dusters, flick knife," and it's just because that's what Basil says to his wife, right? Don't drive at any running mines or anything.
Favorite dessert. Some people don't know Shannon's here against as well. Yvonne's making him do this.
Apple crumble. Apple crisp. That's my favorite. Yeah. It's like 5 million calories a piece, and it's delicious.
True. I don't generally eat desserts because
your desserts are all cardboard now.
I know. I make pretend desserts because I don't eat sugar, and I try not to eat all the delicious stuff. So I make pretend desserts. It tastes kind of like cardboard.
You should have seen me earlier. They had a kicker come in to make a kick in a game, and his last name was Succop, and it's pronounced suck up.
Oh,
they're like, and suck up's in to make the kick. I'm like, pardon, who's in to make the kick?
That's unfortunate.
So, suck up.
Shannon, blink twice if you're in trouble.
Way to make the kick there, suck up. Like, it's such a great, great kick, suck up. It sounds like it's sarcasm, no matter how you say it.
Oreo crumbs on raspberry mousse. Well, that sounds great.
I'm not a huge fan of mousse.
Mousse is great.
I know I'm supposed to, but I'm not a huge fan of mousse.
Don't listen to him.
Pudding I love, but I don't like mousse. What's up with that?
What is up with that?
I don't know. You tell me what's up with that.
Weird.
Oh, the Bengals are at the Ravens. Oh God, the Bengals winning streak comes to an end at 1.
Best pizza you've ever had?
It's hard to go against a good Little Caesars. I've always loved Little Caesars, and it used to make me sick all the time. And I've been so happy over the last year to find out that it doesn't make me sick anymore. That I can eat Little Caesars pizza because it's kind of sort of fantastic. I hate Domino's. Panago's okay. I hate Domino's.
Pizza Hut is nauseating.
Boston Pizza's good. I hate Domino's. Pizza Hut's not bad.
No, Pizza Hut's absolutely disgusting.
I hate Domino's.
Pizza is so gross.
And I used to live near Jim's Pizza in Chilliwack, which used to be excellent, but it's kind of gone downhill. It's not as good as it used to be.
I feel like there's local
hate Domino's.
places.
But
what's your opinion on Domino's?
I don't have an opinion on Domino's.
Okay.
I try to stay out of that kind of thing. Because you never know when there's going to be some kind of a sponsorship deal coming up, so I try not to put anything down.
I don't know.
I hate Domino's.
What's your opinion on sports betting? I like to not just give away money.
No. In the NFL, any given week, it would be fun to bet on who might win all the games and just do that whole straight up betting on all the games that way. But I don't do it because I avoid the sports betting. The closest I get is the 50-50 draws for Canuck games. That's about as close as I get to gambling during a sporting event.
To me, I don't even see that as gambling, though. That's like a charity.
Yeah, because 50% of it goes to charity.
Because you don't actually think you're going to win.
No, I never think I'm going to win anything.
No.
Because I don't win anything. So.
Smaller local places are much better for pizza. Agreed.
Yes.
We've got a lot of local.
What's that one you like?
Dream Pizza. I like Dream Pizza. Most of the local ones here are owned by Indians, so they're Indian pizza. So it's regular pizza, but a lot of them have the Indian spices.
A friend of mine,
they're really
Chilliwack,
good.
He's been getting pizza. He says really good from Euro Dancing Pizza. So I'm gonna have to send you out to Euro sometime to get that pizza.
Actually, it was a kids thing. Their nature thing on Wednesday. It's just
that's not too far. Yeah, I'll have to send you to Dancing Pizza.
There's a pizza place in Euro.
Yeah. Yes.
I would have drove by it and I didn't.
And you know what? They also have the best wedge fries. And the one, at least they used to in the one store there, they had the best wedge fries.
The one store, like
I'm trying to remember the name of the store. Don't be a smartass.
There's one store.
Trying to think of it. And all that comes to mind is the Euro General Store, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it would be.
Probably the store. Euro
Place
is a tiny town, and it's like 2 blocks long. That's Yarrow.
I always thought that when you're crossing the train tracks and it says "Welcome to Yarrow," it'd be fun to put a sign on
Right
the other
after
side
it.
that said "Thanks for visiting
coming, yeah.
Yarrow." That's what I always
Come
wanted
again.
to do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Could be right. Yeah, you right before
Yeah.
the train tracks.
Yeah.
Favorite toppings? I like ham and mushrooms.
For me, it's pepperoni. She's not a big fan of pepperoni.
I don't like pepperoni.
But she's a monster. She thinks that pineapple belongs on a pizza. So
I don't mind pineapple on pizza, but I don't
actually
like
neither
pepperoni.
do I. But she's still the monster for believing it. So.
I don't. Pepperoni's gross, and I don't like the dog food sausage they put on pizza either.
I love beef. It's not always bad sausage.
Make
on
pizza
the
at home. I like to make pizza at home as well because then I've
done homemade pizza. I've done homemade pizza because then you can decide how much sauce goes on it. You can decide how much cheese goes on it.
Yes.
My answer is always less sauce, more cheese.
Is that the town on the way to Cultus? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're not going on the highway,
if you take
turn
number
at, like,
three
number
road,
3,
if you come off at the number 3 exit, you're going through Yarrow to get there.
Yeah. It's 2 blocks long, where there's like a couple buildings and a park.
I'm pretty sure there's an episode of Supernatural that takes place in Yarrow.
There's an episode of Supernatural filmed everywhere.
So
hey, I know where that is. Yeah. Or Hallmark Christmas movies.
That too.
They are all filmed here too. They're already filming. They're filming Hallmark Christmas movies.
If I can get into the background,
Abbotsford
year that they're filming Hallmark, if I can get into the background of every movie, just wearing a jersey and just waving at the camera, just breaking the fourth wall, I'll do it. I think that would be great. If every Hallmark movie had just me in the background waving.
There's a lot of Hallmark movies filmed in Abbotsford.
Yes.
A lot. Like there's a section of downtown that so frequently has fake snow and Christmas decorations. And usually the Christmas decorations are amazing, but it's only for like half a block.
All right. So that
they put up like the huge nutcrackers and Christmas trees. It's awesome, but they do a lot of Christmas movies. Dog food sausage. It looks like dog food and it tastes disgusting.
I thought you were going to say tastes like dog food, so I could say, how do you know what dog food tastes like?
I don't know what dog food tastes like, but I imagine similar to that sausage.
You'd have to ask Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks has eaten dog food. He ate it on Dave Letterman the one time.
I think barbecue chicken is so good. Yeah.
Oh, barbecue chicken pizza could be fantastic. You have the barbecue sauce instead of the tomato sauce. Man, that's so good. That can be really good.
I don't think I've ever actually had pizza at Fresh Slice.
Haven't I got you Fresh Slice before?
I
thought I had. I thought I got you a slice of pizza from Fresh Slice at one point.
I don't think so.
When we were in the whack.
It doesn't look very good though. So
No, it was good. We had it in the whack, I thought. But I know that I've had Fresh Slice.
Do you guys have the TV show Great Christmas Light Fight?
I don't think so.
Never heard of it. Somebody likes your shirt.
But there are 8 million. Oh, I like my shirt too. One of my many Rammstein
Pulled
shirts.
pork pizza. That sounds good.
One of my many Rammsteins.
Chicken pizza is good. Butter chicken pizza is really good. I get that at the local pizza places. It's really good.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't like butter or chicken, so I don't see any reason why that would work for me.
He does like chicken, and
don't speak for me.
It's nothing to do with butter. So chicken, mushroom, onion with curry on pizza is great.
On the
What's
offense.
Butter chicken? It's an
5-yard
Indian
penalty.
food.
Fourth down.
Fantastic. We have a very large population of Indian people in Abbotsford. Like a lot of Indian people. So we have a lot of awesome Indian restaurants and Indian grocery stores, and even the regular grocery stores have a very large Indian food section, which means we have awesome spices. And like all of the pizza restaurants in Abbotsford are owned by Indians, and so they make really good pizzas because they use the fun Indian spices. But butter chicken is an awesome Indian dish that's really, really good. It's chicken with all these seasonings. It's kind of a curry.
Oh my God.
It's really, really good. And they put this seasoned chicken on pizza. And it's great. Yep. Butter chicken's fantastic.
Wow. Anyways, Vegas almost coughed it up to the Bills on the return on that one. They're already down by 14, 3.5 minutes left, and that was
it's really good.
Ugly.
And being that we have a lot of Indians in Abbotsford, it's really easy to get vegetarian food here. So every restaurant has like half of their menu dedicated to vegetarian.
During the return,
if you need vegetarian food, it's the place to come. Butter chicken is great.
I like predicting that the penalties.
It's our middle son. That's like his favorite food ever is butter chicken. They use chicken a lot. Yep, because chickens are easy.
Let's see if I'm right on the penalty. Let's see if I got it. Holding.
Why does the grass look so weird?
Oh, I had it wrong.
Why does the grass look weird?
Because they're in Vegas. It's probably turf.
It doesn't look like turf. It looks like weird painted grass.
The turf is different now than it used to be. They had to, because of turf toe.
Oh.
If it's turf, it's not the same as it used to be.
Okay. It looks really weird.
It might actually be grass.
It looks like there's big divots in it and stuff, but it looks bizarre. Okay.
I had the wrong penalty. I'm sorry.
I heard the Canucks have broadcasts in Hindi. Yep.
Yes, they do.
They do, and frequently
Hockey
they have
in Canada does.
Yeah, they have broadcasters, and sometimes they'll join the regular broadcasts. Yeah, so we get hockey broadcasts. We always have it in English, in French, and in Hindi.
Yep. That's not going to help. Punt, fumble, downs, fumble. That doesn't help. They've only had 18 plays in the second half.
In the 2020 draft, playing for Hamilton Bulldogs, what do you think of Jan Mysak?
Jan Mysak. He's supposed to go in the first round. He may end up slipping early second round. He should be a solid player. If it was a more shallow draft, there'd be a heck of a lot more attention paid to him. He's one of those guys that could end up being a steal in the draft. He likely goes late in the first round.
What do the Minnesota Wild need to do to be a cup contender next season?
For the Wild, Kaprizov's going to help, and just depth. It's depth and finding a way to score some goals. They definitely had some struggles offensively, so they're going to need Fiala to have another year next year like he had this year. He has to show that he is consistently going to be a threat like that for them to succeed.
My roommate is from India. We basically eat butter chicken all the time. That's amazing. See, Indian food is so good.
Now she's going to try to trade me in. Thanks.
Indian food's great.
Yep, she's going to try to trade me in.
We like Indian food.
I have to work on my resume. I didn't think I was going to be looking.
And Gabriel and I made dal the other night for dinner. That was great. Yep, good stuff. Where do you think Matt Dumba goes?
Dumba's been the part of almost every trade rumor until the Line A thing started, and then it became a Line A trade rumor. Mill, for Dumba, it's a matter of he's the easiest one to trade because he doesn't have the no trade clause. He's young. Somebody's going to take him. It does save cap space for Minnesota. I think there's going to be a lot of teams that line up for him. There's a lot of teams that need defensive depth. I wouldn't be surprised if Vancouver takes a run at him. Vancouver's definitely going to be in on another defenseman. Makes me kind of nervous after they gave Myers all that money and all that term. Whoever gets Dumba, I think, is going to get a defenseman who's pretty underrated around the National Hockey League, though.
Best Canadian shows. By Canadian show, do you mean like really Canadian or filmed in Canada? Because most shows are filmed in Canada. There's a lot of shows filmed in Canada.
Yeah,
there's
I would
a lot
say
of shows that are filmed in Canada that are really Canadian.
Letterkenny's my favorite now.
Letterkenny is good. I really like Murdoch Mysteries. I think that's a fantastic, actually a Canadian show. Whatever.
What?
Don't look at Shannon's face.
What are you talking about?
It's a really good show. I don't think he's ever even watched it. He's seen little clips of it when I'm watching it because it's great and it's really funny.
What?
Anyways.
I didn't say anything. I don't know what's going on with her. She's in a weird.
Once Upon a Time is filmed here. I don't consider it Canadian though. That's a fun show.
There's a lot of shows
There's a
filmed
lot
here.
of shows filmed here. But
Legends of Tomorrow. I love the show in part because I can point out to Yvonne, this is where
yes,
they are.
we might. We might try and figure out where shows are. Like,
okay,
I was
so
watching
this is in Stanley Park.
Yeah, I was rewatching Sliders because I really like that show, and I could tell where they are.
At the conservatory.
Hey, look, they're at the conservatory. Oh, look, they're in Horseshoe Bay. It's funny. Okay, try this vegetarian dish he made. It was so good. Yeah, there's a lot of really good vegetarian Indian dishes. So,
what do you want?
Tom Green.
Red green.
Red green. I'm not a fan of Tom Green, but
no, but red green, absolutely.
Red green's great. Tom Green,
Did you want to be
thing.
packed up? Hi. I said hi to him and he came over to my feet.
Butter chicken for dinner.
Hi. How are you?
See, now I need to go make butter chicken.
You can't
and
eat
Gabriel
butter
would be totally fine. I can too.
No, you can't.
I wouldn't be able to eat very much of it, but
exactly. So
welcome to the food portion of the stream. Every time. How accurate is South Park's portrayal of Canadians? Well, our jaws do.
Don't actually bob up and down like that, but the way they have Canadians talk to each other is pretty accurate. I'm not your buddy guy. I'm not your guy buddy. Not your friend pal buddy guy. Like, yeah, they're polite when they fight, but they still fight with each other. Pretty accurate. Building the wall to keep the states out. That turned out to be kind of prophetic.
It might be a frequent joke.
Oh, it's been a frequent joke. It was a joke before that happened.
Years.
I love that episode where they built the wall to keep the states out because before the states had the chance to build. Absolutely hilarious. And then the reaction too, where the Americans are like, hey, you can't keep us out. Yeah, we can. That's not fair. You guys can't build that. Yeah, we did. Got a lot of cool crap back here and you can't see it.
No, Shadow's not grumpy. That's just his face.
Yeah.
It's like Bear. Bear always looks like she's glaring at you.
I made eye contact, so he decided it was time for me to pick him up. So this is how it works. You get a little kitten that fits in the palm of your hand, and it's really cute to carry him around. But this is what happens when they're grown up. They still expect it. It's the same as a dog. You get this little puppy, and you're really cute to carry him around. And then when they're 5.5 feet tall, they still want to do that. So, hey, kitty.
Not that the kitties are spoiled.
He's not angry at all. See?
We don't have spoiled kitties at all.
He's a happy cat.
No.
He's a happy kitty. See?
He is. Yeah, both him and his sister have like permanent grumpy faces though. Bear always looks like she's so mad. But I think it's the...
See, we're not getting any warning on our end either.
I know.
Back. What do the Stars have to do to get to the cup? Just figure out what they did this year.
We don't have Shaw, and it's not on our end.
Add to whatever it is that it's tough with Dallas because I think they need to change up their core a little bit. So their young guys were really good during this run. I think the core needs to get shaken up. I think their top three on that line needs to get changed. There's not going to be a market for Ben or Sagan. I think Radulov's probably going to be the one that goes. And then maybe use some money if they can find it and pick up a guy like Hoffman and hope to go for it again.
Do you have a Toronto St. Pat's hat?
Yes. Yes, I have a white St. Pat's hat with the green logo on it. Yep. Absolutely. I have 2 St. Pat's jerseys too. I have the green one and the white one.
This is a game that never ends.
True. Anyways, we should probably get going because it is 4:30. It's getting closer to supper time.
And that lost a lot of people in it.
Hungry's the whole thing on it. Mighty Ducks jerseys. I like Mighty Ducks jerseys. I do. But yeah. Anyways, hockey question, football stream. Basically, yeah, there
was a lot more football-y questions on this stream than there usually are on when we do football-y stuff. So next time, if you guys could not talk about football, that'd be great.
No, I enjoy talking about football, so that's fine. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. They are fun. I do enjoy these streams very much.
They're way more chill.
They're very, very chill, which is necessary because for the rest of this week, there's going to be a few really crazy live streams. So thank you guys so much for all your support. It means a ton. Do like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, because apparently
This
Brent
has to be a
Butt
really weird.
stream
Like
thing.
I always think if somebody
The
was streaming
rewatchability.
on here and coming on here, just what the hell is
Yeah.
this? They're
Yeah.
not talking about football. Why
Nope.
are they talking about
Nope.
food? Why? So if you're browsing, it'd be
Anyways,
weird.
thanks for coming out, and we will do this again soon.